about my sheet.
Whip out your sheet! Well, hi, folks. What's going on? It's Saturday, and that means it's Broken Throne time, and I have my air conditioning off, so this is going to be awesome. Hi, I'm Thruck. I am your DM for the day. I am one of the two founders and a DM here on Welcome to the Party. We do 11 games over 7 days every week, which is kind of insane. I run our Friday night game, which is our Tomb of Annihilation game. This game, which used to be a Storm King's Thunder game, but it's now a beast of its own making. And our Blades in the Dark game on Mondays at 1 or Sundays at 1 p.m. But we have a lot of awesome people on here. We have a lot of awesome people on here right now. So I'm going to throw it around the room and make sure everyone says hi. And if you have social media or care about social media, most of you aren't like social media crazy, but you know, say hi, say who you're playing, and we can go from there. And we will start with Tavian.
Excuse me. Hello, I'm Tavian, or Tavian34 on the Twitter, and I'm playing Fen, who is a druid furbolg who is trying to make sense of all of his team losing their souls. That's
Hey man, they're hard to hold on to.
yeah, apparently. So
Quite slippery.
yeah.
Awesome. Let's do Zed next.
Hiya. I'm Zed or ZX on Twitter, at ZX, ZEDECXZ, although I think it's under my name now. I play Zedrin Stormsinger, who is an ASMR sorcerer, favorite soul of Kellum Vor. So I'm all about death and life and balance and being very holy, and also more than a little bit self-righteous about it. I also run the Welcome to the Party, New to the Party game on Mondays from 6 to 9 p.m., which is going quite well. And today I have fruit salad and grapefruit soju. So this should be interesting for me and you.
Let's do Brand next.
Hooray! I'm not last. Hello, everyone. I am Brand. I play a Goliath barbarian. I go around hitting things with my axe. Sometimes my own party members, which always makes me sad, especially when I almost kill them. That's another way to lose your soul, I guess. I am on Twitters as Cautious Pessimist, but it has some of the vowels missing because that was too long, and I don't remember which ones. Sorry. Spy Yoda here on Twitch, if you see me commenting. Yep.
Sweet.
Hitting those backs.
And Mr. Amok.
Hello, I'm Amok. I'm currently playing Elise. She's a human wizard in search of her brother's lost soul, who's Barrick, who's my original character for this session. I have no online presence other than this, and I am currently eating pecan swirls.
Nice. Our ghost in the machine is eating pecan swirls. I'm going to just start calling him Amok, the ghost in the machine. And last but certainly not least, Miss Portia.
Hello, I am Portia. You can find me
Uh-uh.
I am.
There you go.
There we go. Trying to remember to do this today. I am Portia. I am playing a new character that will be fully introduced in this game because, Vale touched a thing and got her soul sucked away. Because why not? So you can find me on Instagram or Twitter, Mrs. OG Croncron underscore on Instagram, no underscore on Twitch, between the Mrs. and the OG. Otherwise, I'm excited to introduce my new character today.
I'm excited to meet your new character today. And with that, we'll just get started. F it. No more, we don't need any more than that in our lives. So, hi, welcome. When we last left our intrepid adventurers, they had made their way across the plains, suffering some damage to their spelljammer along the way, to the Plane of Fire, to the gates of the city of Dis, and then inside, where they seek the soul of one of their lost compatriots, Barrick, who, during an ill-fated pull from a deck of many things, had his soul stolen by Dispotter, the lord of the level of hell known as uncreatively Dis. His soul currently resides somewhere in the city of Brass, and our party is there now to seek out whoever the hell is holding it and find it. And that is where we meet our adventurers now, having just entered town, making their way to the Commoner's Market, where they seek both to get repair items for their ship and to start investigating how to find the soul of their lost compatriot. Team, you stand just on the edge of what's an area called the Common Market. It is a warren of shops with all sorts of twists and turns. If you imagine any old European town, right, with those like really thin streets that kind of go up and down and circle around, and the streets don't really make sense, and there's like shops on top of shops, except much of the construction around here is brass, and we would think of it as being incredibly Arabic in feeling, or Middle Eastern in construction. You find yourself in a crowd of people kind of getting pushed towards this larger open bazaar area, and each of you noticed, as you were entering this area last week, you were being followed by a certain hooded figure. You attempted to apprehend her, but for some reason when you got to where she was, she had magically, maybe, disappeared. And that is where I'll throw it back to you guys.
I don't know, did we really try to apprehend her? We kind of went, we see you, you're over there, and then she ran away.
Rand's not over concerned with it because, he's not a big thinker.
I just assume it's a fan trying to get an autograph. I mean, it just happens all the time.
Yes, it's true. It does.
Well, we'll keep an eye out.
After all, Brand's adventuring company has started to make a name for itself.
Yeah, we lose our souls at the first drop of a hat name.
Yeah. Brand's not entirely sure what a soul is at this point still.
It's that thing that you can vaguely hear kind of going, as you crush the life out of your foes.
Start feeling it going away from your body, you might want to hold on to it.
Soul's the spark within you that grants your meat bag soup body animus.
And as Zed starts to talk, Brand's eyes start to glaze over, like usual.
What were we doing before we found that person who was following us?
We're going to go to the market and just shop around and look for at least the parts that we need to fix the ship.
Well,
Yeah,
right.
Let's just continue doing that then, because
This little piggy went to market.
this is a gigantic city, and I don't really expect us to be able to find this person randomly. They are following us. They'll keep following us. We'll catch them later.
Because we needed orichalcum and something or other.
Yeah.
Witchwood?
Yes.
Witchwood.
Orichalcum
No,
and Witchwood. Witchwood. Who's wood? What wood?
What
What
wood?
wood?
Which
Which wood is
third
which?
base.
Yes. Yeah, orichalcum and witchwood to repair the keel.
Can we keel haul someone in astral space?
I wonder how that would work. Because
Are
there
there
are barnacles.
astral barnacles?
I mean, there must be. That's what I'm trying to think. Yeah, I would allow it. I would say that you could get barnacles on your keel. I have a really big barnacle on my keel. I should get it surgically removed.
There's a cream for that first.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys make your way into the main bazaar, and there's a central kind of open square that's probably 100 yards long by 150 yards wide. In the center of it is this large, long central building with all sorts of shops on the inside of it, and it's got like domes every 30 or 40 feet across the roof with peaked roofs, and just kind of spiraling out from it in chaos are all of these other like wooden stalls with those classic like cloth tops to them leaning down, and hawkers everywhere, and the smells of all sorts of different foods. Anything you could think of would be possibly in this bazaar.
Huh.
Brand can't think of much, but he's going to keep an eye out for shiny things because that's what Brand likes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of wander around and see what people are selling, and if anyone's got anything, I don't know, interesting.
Yeah.
For sure. As you're walking around, it's everything from simple weapons to home goods to jewelry to small alchemist shops with the alembics and all sorts of stuff literally sitting behind the thing, and they're like freshly brewing different potions. There's an interesting trinket shop that doesn't get a lot of business, but Fen, as you walk by, the hawker goes up and says, "Hey, boy, you there? I think I might have something you like. You want a little trinket? I've got some great stuff over here."
I
Good prices too.
look at him as if I'm not interested at all, and then go, "Sure, show me what you have."
Check this. Come here. And then he pulls his.
Sean, I will, like, if I see that, I'll
Yep.
stop what I'm doing. I won't say anything,
Yep.
but I'll sort of generally keep an eye on what's going on.
Okay. What's your name, my fuzzy friend? And it's a small Azur, which is a bronze-skinned dwarf with like this smoldering, almost fiery mane of hair. And this is a male. And he's wearing like a blue tunic, which really offsets the bronze quite nicely, actually, and kind of brown, simple brown working pants. And he pulls out this wooden tray and puts it up there, and you see these different sort of curls of wood, of all different species, each handcrafted. And they look to have been grown specifically, and they're almost like miniature wands. They're only about this wide or this long, and they're probably no wider than this, but they're like these intricately woven wooden talismans, for lack of a better term. You look like the type who likes the outdoors, places where things grow. This is not that place, but I do have this amazing shipment from a druid friend of mine.
What are they?
The good luck charms.
You're gonna have to be more descriptive than that.
Well, each one, in the right hands, should something possibly be about to go awry, may allow you to call on the spirit of nature and shift it a little bit in your favor. A good luck charm. It twists fate a touch.
What are you selling them for?
What do you got?
About 350.
Is barter a skill? I don't.
Yeah, it would be persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah,
Great.
unless
I'm
you were
really
trying to
good at
intimidate them.
Okay. So I don't. Ben, can you link the treasure page?
What do you need?
The treasure page.
Yeah, hang on. By the way,
Muted.
I do, Fen, sort of cough when you're, I don't know. I make sure that you know that I'm nearby, but I do not step in.
Okay.
On Throck.
Yo.
So as they're going through the market, I'm going to be decidedly better at this today. And shadow stepping with Cloak of Shadows. So in dim light or darkness, you can take an action to become invisible. And then I can shadow step because it is not attacking, casting a spell, or being in an area of bright light. So I essentially kind of want to like stay behind the market stalls, kind of in the shadow cast by like ledges put over them and tarps and stuff, to kind of keep an eye on these people, trying to get an idea of what they're doing, where they came from, because I want to at some point go, oh, I can help you, but if I don't know what they need, I can't do that.
Yeah. So I would not say you're in dim light.
No.
No. You're in an open air market. It is
Okay, so
daytime.
Nobody would have like tarps over their stalls or anything?
Yeah, but is a shadow dim light, guys, do you think?
I don't know.
I mean,
So it depends on how it's written.
Like, if you're in the shadow cast by building, I suppose that'd be pretty dim.
Okay.
What does the spell require?
When you are in an area of dim light or darkness, you can use your action to become invisible.
And then when do you become uninvisible?
When I attack, cast a spell, or are in an area of bright light.
I'd allow you to do it. Yeah. Yep.
Because I'm also shadow stepping, which is up to 60 feet, also in dim light or darkness. So it would require the same thing to stay invisible.
How many times can you shadow step a day? And because it can't be
give a number, it just says as a bonus action you can.
Oh, you can just do it. You don't even spend a key point for it or anything?
Yeah, because it's my the school I chose for my monk.
Because normally for those you have to spend a key point. Just to use your monthly powers.
No, it does not say anything about using that.
Okay.
What it says is if I want to do shadow arts, so mimicking the effects of darkness, dark vision, pass without trace, or silence, then I have to spend 2 key points. Otherwise,
okay.
No mention of key points, no mention of weapons.
So you're going to have to be crafty about moving from shadow to shadow, because you're essentially skipping between booths and things like that, because the minute you hit bright light, your invisibility will go away, right?
Right, and I figured that based on kind of the background of my character and having been trapped here for a while now, I kind of know the layout well enough to know where I can go and where I can't go.
Sure. Why don't you make me a better of an athletics or acrobatics check to hop between shadows as quickly as possible with advantage, given your knowledge of the area.
What about stealth?
She's invisible. I'm assuming stealth. The issue isn't whether or not she's being stealthy. The issue
I did not roll that with advantage because
But 17 is fine. Don't worry about it.
But yeah.
You should have toggle advantage at the top of your character sheet.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just used to it popping up when I roll something.
Yeah, I turned that off so that we're not always immediately rolling advantage on. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You're able to kind of flip between shadows, and every once in a while you're like, light, and have to kind of dodge out of the way because there's wind and so things flap and but because there is bright light here, it is daytime in a market, and so it does take you some maneuvering. And back to Fen.
I will offer him a grand total of 2 platinum.
2 platinum? You understand these came from across the plains. I couldn't take any less than 6.
4.
Make a persuasion check.
This is gonna be real good.
You are the best bargainer of bargains.
Oh my god, I didn't do too terrible. Kitty cat, you're not helping.
I can do 5, and that's my final offer.
Okay.
Yeah? Great! Take your pick. 1 for you.
Oh, not for all of them?
No! Are you crazy?
I have kids to feed.
I got the mouths at home, little baby, fiery dwarves.
I agreed to 5, and that's cutting my own throat.
Which one do they call to me at all druidically?
What would call to you druidically?
Okay, I'll go with that one then.
No, I'm asking what would call to you.
Oh, what? I thought you said 1.
Yeah.
Things that probably remind me most of my homeland, so foresty, swampy.
Sure, you see...
If you will.
There is one that looks to you like it was woven from a weeping willow.
Okay.
And there were a number of these sorts of trees in your home area, and especially the closer you got to the swamp, there were actually a few groves of them, and you have very fond memories of when you were younger, before the tragedy befell you and your tribe of spending time practicing your art in these groves of weeping willows.
That sounds great.
There you go. Yeah. You now have a special item.
Is there, I guess, probably not in the shop, but once I go outside, I would cast detect magic, or I don't know, what would I use to figure out exactly what it does?
Detect magic would tell you whether or not it is actually magical. Identify would tell you what its magical properties, are.
Okay, I don't have identify, so
We did figure out the detect magic tells you the school.
Yes.
right. So I would at least do that.
Okay. When you detect magic on it, hang on. You see that it is. I have to look at the right one here. Come on, where are you at? Here we go. Enchantment.
Enchantment.
I was just gonna do that.
That's exactly what I thought too. Great. I would catch. Oh my god, I don't remember Ben's character's name. Not doing well.
Zedrin Stormsinger.
It is just Zed, right? I would catch Zed's eye and like want to leave the room.
Nope.
I mean, I follow
Okay.
your lead.
Can you identify this?
No. But I'm pretty sure Elise can.
Oh, good.
By the way, I feel fairly confident that you probably could have gotten away with like your original offer of 3 platinum, but you didn't pay full price. That's a good job.
Thanks. I care not about money.
I know. By the way, Sean, just out of curiosity, Sean and Baz combined, Sean, the person who pulled Fen over mentioned something about Fen being fuzzy. I thought Fen was shape changed right now, or
Only to
I
be
am.
shorter.
right now.
Only to be shorter, I thought.
Only to be, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
how does that work?
You're shorter.
I seem up to 3 feet shorter than normal, allowing me to blend in with humans and elves.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I guess I'm still a furbolg, but
Yeah, you're still fuzzy. All right.
yeah.
Okay, cool. For what it's worth, I'm looking for I'm looking for anything illicit that might say hide radiance.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I'm not advertising that that's what I'm looking for. I'm just sort of keeping my eyes and ears peeled.
Okay.
I
How
would
would
note
you?
that you do look it though, because it's kind of your race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, just saying.
Make an.
Summon. He's a good boy. The bad boy side to the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a leather jacket on. He's smoking.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
In this heat, I feel like we're all smoking.
Smoking.
But
It's about 110 degrees out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found.
Ed doesn't see anything.
As you're walking around,
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think you're supposed to ask the guard. Don't ask the guards. No, don't ask the guards. Oh.
Marie and some lady is like, here, try this. It will make you smell good for your loved one. And I'm blinded.
No, yeah, you're convinced that that they detect radiance by odor, so she gave you obsession.
Yeah, I mean, you keep looking around and you don't hear anything, and every once in a while, people give you the stink eye, and somebody sprayed perfume in your face, and at one point you turn around and ran into a group of people, kind of tripped and fell, and you're just not having, like, you guys have been out in the wilderness or, like, in your own controlled environment for so long that for a moment, you just kind of felt overwhelmed by this incredible crush of people. Yeah.
So I start looking around for something that I can use to maybe just shape change or disguise self or something like that.
For sure. There are a number of alchemical and magical stalls and shops. But you just can't seem to put your finger on a good one. You're like, nah, probably not that one. Nah, probably not that one. Nah, probably not that one. That's what happens when you roll a 1 on investigation.
He's looking for a scroll of hide light under bushel.
Yes.
Like, damn it! I can't find it.
Brand is, as he's walking around looking at the shiny things, his cloak is billowing out impressively as he goes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, due to the force of our body odor rolling off of us and sweating.
Oh, it's a cloak of billowing. Thank you very much.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it just be smacking people behind it?
Yeah, that too. I'm sure Brand. Yeah.
Hey,
Brand doesn't care.
Elise,
Yes.
I think your judgment's probably better than mine. Can you help me figure out which one of these shops might be reputable? I can do the talking, but I need something that's going to make me look a little less like a goody two shoes.
Also, can you identify
so
this?
you're looking for something not reputable, then?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
A place I would go. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Feel kind of judgy here. All right. I'll.
Except it's the opposite. That's the thing.
The opposite. You're looking for something that's not judgy. Hey man, it's cool. You be you.
Yeah, basically.
Would you? Is that?
It's the one bar that has all of the other people like you at it.
John,
Sorry, what was that?
would you like an insight or investigation for me to find shape?
Investigation. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
But wait, hey, okay. So, in a city that is largely evil,
Yes.
are the shady people are good, or the shady people are other evil people that are chaotic as opposed to being lawful?
Probably chaotic as opposed to being lawful, and maybe there's some good ones, you don't know. But in a city that is lawful evil, breaking the law is still a thing that people do, right?
Sure, of course.
Especially because the
It's
law
the
is
right way to
rigorously
do it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, that's what I'm saying. But I assume he's not looking for the first one. He's looking for the second one. He's looking for, I don't know, Christians hiding like in like Rome or something like that, effectively, right? Like
He's looking for the Browns football bar in the middle of San Francisco.
Yes. Yeah.
okay, that's what I'm trying to clarify. Like I'm not looking for just any shady people. I'm looking for
The
people
right shady
secretly
people.
being nice to each other.
Essentially.
Not very well.
I'm actually. What's your background?
My background. Oh crap! I forgot what the actual called because I didn't write it down. But there's Hang on, let me look. I might have it written down on my other sheet. But effectively, it was the other one. There's another one that's like, you could be like I think it's investigator. It's a subset of one of the guard ones, right? I think it's what it is.
Okay.
So she found stuff. She lived in the city and she worked. That's like her original job was. She was smart, and so she got jobs working for other smart people to go find like trinkets and stuff like that, or investigate things to be able to get more loot for the people that have eventually ended up being her teachers.
Yeah. So
magical artifacts, fun things like trading brown paper packages at night, but being able to like kind of spot each other out and yeah. And
so I'm gonna give you advantage then. Go ahead and roll again, because I feel like you're in your
town, but
but you're in your element. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what you know how to do.
She procured things.
Yes.
And I only did marginally better.
Yeah. So I'll give you this. Every once in a while, you'll see primarily Gith, but the occasional, like half-elf, kind of palming things off to each other. And it's just a quick psh between their hands as they bump into each other. You see it happen like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get an eye on what it is, and you kind of lose the people as they go through the crowd. But somebody's doing something here that isn't on the up and up.
Okay. Yeah, I think we can definitely find what you're looking for, but it's going to take longer than us to get the right nod, the right wink to know who to ask. So we'll have to keep our eyes out.
Okay.
Hey, while we're keeping our eyes out, can you identify this trinket that I picked up?
I actually don't have that spell currently. I did
Oh.
most of the stuff at home, but if we find a scroll, I can scribe it. It'll take me a little while, and then we can do it. I can always do it as a ritual then, but we just need to find a scroll of it. I can add
That
it.
sounds great. We'll add that to the shopping list.
All right. It looks like Etza has something to say.
I do. Would I have dealt with these people? Would I know the nods and the winks and the who to talk to?
You are. You have a criminal background, right? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well more ensconced in the understanding of the criminal operations around a place like this, the market behind the market that is the commoner's bazaar. You are well aware of the black market activities that happen either attached to, in, or near this place.
Okay, and you said it was the Gelf?
The Gith
Or the
Zrazi,
Gith,
actually.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd kind of make a mental note of that.
Okay.
That's one of the things that they're trying to do. They obviously need something that they can't just easily get their hands on.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you didn't say specifically. No, he wouldn't have said out loud what he was looking for. So I don't know specifically what it is, but they're definitely looking for something shady. So
yeah.
I might kind of hop on over to that area, just to kind of see who's there today, whether or not I already know that person and whether or not, I've made a connection with them before.
It's not like there's one place that is the black market. There are a number of vendors who, should you know the right way to ask, can either get you to the right person or happen to be the right person for other less reputable substances.
Right, and that's kind of what I was suggesting was like, checking in with those stalls and kind of seeing who's in each of them today, because I'm guessing because they're connected to the black market, they kind of do change up a little bit.
Yeah, and there's you will notice today that there are a number. There's one of the holy relic sellers is here, selling holy relics today. One of the there's a couple of illicit drugs that are being sold under the table. There's some unregistered magic items here and there that are being sold, and then there's this one alchemist guy who, and people buy from him all the time, but they're like, even if you're a slave, this will allow you to not be detected. This one will allow you to not be, caught by slavers. You'll be blind to their to the clockwork dogs that run with them, things like that, right? Yeah, those are kind of the big ones out there right now.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Is there anyone selling any scrolls of identity?
Scrolls of absolutely 100%. 250 gold. Scroll of identify.
That sounds a little steep. I'm gonna try to seem to eyeball someone.
I've got kids to feed. It's 250 gold. What are you trying to do? Cut my Achilles heel? Wow, I fucked that up really bad. Yeah. Cut me off at the knees here. I don't know. Shut up.
Hang on.
Sounds like you rolled your persuasion very poorly.
I rolled it very badly. I'm walking here.
Fuck, don't open your own suit.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
You got it, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo, boo.
Though I'm not good at persuading people, so this will be funny.
Why are you doing the persuading?
Because I wandered off to go do something else.
Oh, okay.
Because when we
What are
were
you
all
doing?
like milling and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey, scroll of identify. Sweet, I'll give you 60 gold for it.
I can do it for 100. Any more than that, and I'm taking a loss.
No, you're not. You're lying. Flat out.
What?
It's fine. I'll pay it, but you're lying. And I'll hand over 100 gold.
Well, okay. Thanks. You're mean. That's not not how bartering works. You don't say the other person. That's what he says. That's the guy. Yeah. That's not how any of this works.
Brand is just.
As I walk away, I'm like, you still sold it for me for less than half that you originally asked it for, so I don't care.
Okay.
Brand just trying to look impressive as he looks around the shops.
And I'll go back to looking for witchwood.
Witchwood is actually relatively easy to find. Well, you can find where they sell it, which is actually up in the docks in the naval yard, if you take a look at your map. Mostly because witchwood has to be specially cut, and there are no woodcutters here with the proper, because this is commoner's market. There's no woodcutters here with the proper tools to be able to shape that, because it's mostly used in naval construction.
Okay.
But there's
Calcum.
You can get some orichalcum here. Orichalcum is gonna run you the base quote you guys are given is 250 gold a pound.
How much do I need?
60 pounds.
Okay. Chump change.
Mike, I would Fen would hand your character 100 gold to pay for the identify scroll, because he wants to use it. So
I'm just taking all this out of Barrack's cut, so
learning it. But,
fine.
oh, okay. That works for
spending
me.
my own money. This is on his dime. Okay, so we need 60 pounds of orichalcum, huh?
Yep.
I assume there are multiple people, multiple options for sellers. There's no different quantities, or I'm
Yeah,
not
there are
getting a
different-
bulk discount, or there's nothing like, oh, he's got grade A orichalcum. That guy's got shitty orichalcum.
I mean, it's mostly orichalcum is being a magical metal is in its normal state most of the time. Is in its magical state most of the time, and not like it's hard to fake it, especially when you see it. Orichalcum, when you come up to it, it's almost as if someone had polished gold to its highest possible sheen, and then there are these like, it almost looks like wood grain of silver that runs through it. And so it would be incredibly difficult to fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, we need 60 pounds of that stuff, and I assume someone else would like to chat up our friendly merchant here.
Yeah. Okay, so for the orichalcum,
250 gold a pound.
that's ridiculous. It's not.
You're ridiculous. It's orichalcum. Do you know where we have to go to get this stuff? It's not made here.
Where's it
We
made?
have to go far off into the plains to find it. You have to go dig in the Feywild. You have to go dig in the Nightlands. It's not here. Of course it's 250 gold. There's shipping costs involved.
I mean, I understand that there are shipping costs involved, but there is a difference between, reasonable and price gouging. And while you may feel as if you have some kind of a corner on the market here, I promise you, I know how much this should actually be. And even assuming that there's some kind of a markup for, the difficulty that you might have in transporting it here as a fellow rare item merchant. I mean, come on, man. This is just ridiculous. And I'm going to attempt to persuade.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I get to add an additional 4 to this, whatever the roll is. So it's a 16 on a 1.
Yeah. You and those natural ones, man.
Yeah, it's not been a great day for it for me.
It's still a 16 and it's not an attack.
It's not combat.
Yeah, get them out of the way now.
Yeah.
Look, I understand that you think you are some sort of special dealer guy. And I'm glad to know that you understand how commerce works. The best I can do is 200 gold a pound.
Hang on, because I may have a counter offer.
I'm waiting to hear it.
No. Ben was telling Sean to hang on.
I know. Yeah.
What about for buying in bulk?
How much you looking to buy?
60 pounds at least.
That is quite a lot of orichalcum. You're going to run me out of business with that much orichalcum.
So.
Well, you're going to run me out of orichalcum anyways.
So for a guaranteed sale of all the orichalcum you've got, how much is that? Because I feel like you can probably go a little bit lower, knowing that it's all going to move.
175. Final offer. Bottom line. Basement. Done.
Yep. Shake.
It's in the back warehouse over here. I'll go take you to it. Where are you going to put it? I don't see any wheelbarrows. I don't see any horses. I don't see. Where does it go?
How much do you charge for delivery on site outside of the city?
Outside of the city?
Yep.
We do not go outside of the city. It's too much of a pain in the ass to get back in.
Okay, who does?
The guards and people leaving mostly, unless they're. Man, most people. You want me to take it? What do you need the orichalcum for? That you're taking it outside of the city?
To a ship that's not allowed to dock in the city. It's not illegal. We're allowed to be here. They just don't want us backing up into their parking lot.
Make a persuasion check. I know you're not lying, but he is not believing you, and he. Oh no! Yeah, make persuasion check. Okay. He believes him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That's not super normal, to not.
I'm aware.
Okay. It's
very little of what I do or anything that happens in my life is super normal.
He looks you up and down and goes, "I see that." So, we can get it out and get our people back in. But to get in, as you walk through the gate, you understand that it's a bit of a process. You put an extra 100 gold on top of what you've already paid me, and we can get it delivered out to the ship for you.
Sure.
Deal.
Okay. Give me a sec. So that's 11,500 gold I need to remove.
I mean, if you need to take it out of what I have.
I do not. In fact, here's a 10,000 gold entry. Here's a 3,000 gold entry. I mean, we're losing a lot of money, but we're not, like, hurting ourselves. I actually asked him, would you prefer coinage, or what about bars of solid gold?
Bars of gold are always good. I can resell them.
Okay. So I will actually include then 4,000 gold worth of bars.
We should get a discount if we're helping him.
We should keep better track of how much shit goes in your bag of holdings. Is what we should do. Because how are you? That's essentially 400 gold bars.
Yeah.
But that's fine for now. We have not been sticklers about things like whatever. It's
our vault of holding.
Yeah. Whatever. We at no point during this game have we been sticklers about this, so it's fine. Yeah. If 400 bars of gold come out of your immense bag of holding.
Because let's be honest, they'd be like, fine, we'll buy another bag of holding. Fine, we'll buy another bag of holding. Everyone gets a bag of holding. You get a bag of holding.
Yeah.
It would just make things take a little longer as we're like, wait, which bag was that in? Shit.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Well, we just need to paint them different colors.
And with that, you've ticked off the orichalcum, guys. What else are you doing in the bazaar?
Acting as bizarrely as possible.
I love it.
Are there more scrolls of identification? Because Finn might just want to have a couple on him.
Yeah. Base price,
like,
$250.
there's a guy right over there that'll sell them to you.
Sell for 100. Yeah.
Still an outrageous markup. Baron, 60 gold. Swear.
So.
Hang on. You said
the equivalent of a wizard sweatshop.
Fen was going.
That shit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yes, they have a wizard switch. Every day I scribe more scrolls.
So can we just say that we bought 3 instead of the 1 to make this easier? And I just mark off 200 gold from my account.
I'm good with that. Make it easy.
Okay. Great.
You want to go back over there and be like, hey, moron, I got another 2 sales for you.
Okay, I'm gonna write that on my sheet.
I definitely would have preferred. But that's
I'm making friends everywhere.
I can't.
Hi, I'm Elise. I'm the face. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I apologize.
I can't remember those, right? Since I'm not arcane.
You cannot. Yeah.
But I can use them.
You can absolutely use them.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I probably should have checked that before I bought them. Okay, so I'm going to use the first one just to figure out this twiglet.
It is a trinket. It has 3 uses. Each of those uses grants you one use of luck as a reroll.
3 uses. And then it's like just non-magical.
And then it is used, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
3 uses, 1 use equals 1 luck.
Yes.
Luck is the best.
What is luck?
You can re-roll any die, any d20, and you must take the second roll.
Okay. And I don't have to attune to this, right?
No. It is a, yeah.
Great, thank you.
Zed, you had something.
Yeah. So sorry, I'm just looking through the DMG to see. This is not a pre-made thing, but I don't see why we couldn't make our own because it doesn't seem like it's all that crazy. I'm looking for a wand of disguised self.
I think you could have a wand of any spell, really, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah. Although. Okay. Take a look around. Have a look at some of the stalls.
I actually grabbed a lease for this.
Huh? What am I looking for now?
Hey, can you just help me find a wand of disguised self? I can do the bargaining, but I
I can give it a
cannot
shot.
figure out who to talk to.
I don't know if I can either. I think there's somebody over there.
Well, here's the thing. It's weird in the absence of, right? Because there's no reusable magic items. All of the magic items that you see being sold are like the one Fen bought, where it's like, yeah, it has a minor effect, or it's some healing potions, but anything that would be classified as a major magical item is not in evidence here.
We need to go to
wand
the.
of disguised self with X number of charges would be a minor item that is disposable. Wouldn't it be?
Well, wands like reload.
Yeah, wands recharge. Standard.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
The standard wand, and I was just going off, if it's a standard wand that a wizard made, he would make it within the, yeah.
yeah,
It's like
We
they
need
have 9
to-
charges and regain 1d4 charges a day or something like that.
yeah. It just means that we need to go to the higher priced market, which I'm okay with.
Yo.
Do you guys like at any point say that you're looking for a wand?
No.
No.
Well, you
we
would have had
discussed
to
it amongst
have.
ourselves.
I literally just did.
Yeah.
It's up to Sean as to what you'd have to do.
I want to get this person in the party. I'm tired of having them off by themselves. I'm going to say, make me a perception check with advantage because you're invisible and get pretty close. And you guys are not. I mean, you're speaking. No. Okay. Well, you see them looking for items that aren't here. and they seem with some consternation around the fact that they cannot find those items here. As to the nature of those items, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I can roll with that. So from behind them, behind Elise and Zed,
Yeah.
you are looking for things you can't find. I might be able to help with that.
I do not. I'm surprised because we saw you earlier, but I'm certainly annoyed and frustrated. Yeah. And what do you care?
I'd like to get off this plane. That'd be great. You don't look from around here. You were talking to the other merchant about getting orichalcum to a ship out of the city. So can I hitch a ride? Whatever business you got here in the city, I can help you out with it. I've got contacts. I kind of know my way around here if it's stuck here for a while.
Okay, you stand over there, out of earshot. Let us talk for a second.
Okay. I will very obviously walk down the center of the road, away from them. Forget my money.
How truthful or not truthful do I feel that she just was?
How truthful or not truthful do you feel like Etza, how truthful or not truthful were you being?
Everything she said was accurate. She wants out of the city. She's been trapped here. She overheard their conversations. She knows they're looking for something they can't find. That's all she said.
I mean, I don't care. We have space in the ship. It's not that we're limited to X number of seats. It doesn't cost us any additional materials to transport her anywhere. And if between now and when we're ready to leave, if she betrays us at any point in time, we just leave her here.
The problem I'm having is that I'm sorry. Hang on. Can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. The problem that I'm having is that in a city full of evil people, the exact same behavior that a good person would use to try to find other good people is the same behavior that an evil person would use to root out good people, right? Like, so I don't have a good judge of whether or not this is okay or not. I'm not a fan of the method used, but I can't say that I'd do anything all that differently if I were in the same position.
I mean, if you're good at skulking, and how else would you?
Yeah.
I guess my question is, assuming I'm there, is
yeah, I pulled everyone.
Whether taking this person in would give us more trouble, and whether we should, like, if we do end up agreeing to take this person in, should we not wait until after we find what we're waiting for, and then potentially get law problems?
To give you guys
You're still muted.
We could make the agreement to say that
You're also down the road.
We can make the agreement that we're not. There's an open, like, if she provides us assistance to find what we need in the city, or just be a local contact and fixer, there's a seat open on our ship off this plane.
Yeah.
It does not obligate us to assist her in any way, shape, and form to make sure that she makes it to our boat. If she's got law trubs or like the slavers come after her, okay, that's on her. We are way off. We are way off this plane for her, in exchange for directions and information.
Brand just says that he likes friends, so that's about the
we had one person that really liked the shadows, and now we feel like there's a hole in the party, and we need somebody else who really likes shadows.
Brand is unfortunate. I mean, Vale. I mean.
For you guys, in our Discord channel, I did put a picture of roughly what the character would look like. Her face probably stands out a little bit to you.
Yeah, why don't you describe yourself?
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, and why don't you put the picture in Twitch as well?
Oh, okay, hold on. Boop.
And I will AFK for half a second.
So my character is probably about a medium build, maybe a little over 5 feet tall. Definitely wearing dark clothes that are similar to that of other people here in the market. But it's obvious that she's at least keeping her face somewhat hidden. But if you look at her face, it's also kind of obvious. It's kind of scaly. And anytime she's talking, if her tongue comes out of her mouth, it's a snake's tongue. Depending on your knowledge of races, you would recognize her as being a Yanti pureblood.
Brand says, "Wow, where did you go to get that tongue?"
She's down the street because you
Yeah,
guys
she's
were
not
having
there
a
yet.
private conversation.
Does she have
She's
legs?
stupid
Oh,
anyway.
yes, she does have legs. She does not have a snake body.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference between the one step up and where she's at. She's at the low end where she blends in with humans because she has legs.
Gotcha.
But her face definitely has snake-like features. Like, it's kind of scaly. She's got a snake's tongue. Her eyes are kind of, if you'll look a little closer, definitely more snake-like. No Voldemort knows, but you know.
I'm down.
And he's down the street, kind of like raising shoulders, like, huh?
Brand's all like, "Whatevs."
All that. Yeah, I mean, I feel fine accepting her as is, but it does not obligate us in any way, shape, or form to make sure that she makes it to the ship with us. As long as she, fulfills her role, and if there anything falls back on her from her previous dealings, that's fine. But
Okay.
So she'll start walking back over, double checking that you're good.
we just need to fill out this contract as a contractor with Brand's Adventure Company.
Here's the insurance forms.
There are none
Fill
contractors.
us out for the background check.
Next of kin information. Please
Yeah,
make
I'm
sure
not
that
giving you
prepare
that. No.
Could you give us a live scan?
We're gonna need a drug test. Please pee in this.
We need to make sure that you are on drugs. It's the opposite. I know it's weird.
Yeah, it's not the usual drug test.
So, we good?
Yeah. We're looking for
Like,
some higher end
whatevs.
magical items. We'll start off there.
Sorry, what was I present for that Ben missed?
Basically the same thing, that we agreed that she seems truthful at her desire to get off this plane. We agreed in principle to say that fine, we'll give her a slot on our ship to get off this plane, but it does not obligate us to make sure that she makes it there. If slavers come after her, or she's in trouble with the law and she's hiding or has some other issue, that's why she wants to escape, that's not our responsibility to help her escape. We just need information. We need knowledge of the city, and for that, we'll get her out of here. But if some weird happens because they like a band of we don't like snake people shows up, well, sorry.
All right.
I mean, we can help her, but we're not obligated to, right?
Yeah, it's all in the contract we gave her.
We gave her a contract?
It was a joke.
Sure.
Yeah. The standard contractor position, no benefits, right to terminate at any point in time,
Okay.
no profits, and you must put up with our cheesy jokes.
We didn't make you do that.
That's because I just inserted myself, and you guys didn't
she's
really
not-
question it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Too late now. I have squatters'
everybody
rights. It's nepotism. Whatever. Legacy. And now I need to AFK real quick.
Okay.
So, rare magical items, higher level magical items, like refreshables, dangerous weapons. What do you? It depends on who we go and talk to.
I need a wand. Disguise self.
Yeah, that would kind of help you a lot. You stick out.
Says the girl with the forked tongue.
I'm sorry, where are we? I make much more sense than you do here.
Fair.
So you stay over here
Sick burn.
because if you come,
Because
everyone
we're
will
on the plane of fire, so it
Oh,
was
no.
burned.
You want me involved.
Let me go chat to him first. You can watch me do it if it makes you feel better. But let me at least talk to him first so we know exactly who we need to deal with. Okay?
Okay.
So Throck, I'll go back over to the magical item seller that I scoped out earlier.
Yeah.
For the black market. I would know what the code is or what I need to do or say, I'm assuming at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
It is ice twice in hell. Is the passcode they're currently using.
Mm-hmm.
God, these people suck.
All right, so I'll just walk up and kind of start looking at general wares, kind of, pointing at things and asking about them. Oh, what is this here?
That's a necklace.
Does it do anything special?
It sits on your neck and looks pretty. It would look very pretty on your neck if you'd like it.
I would, but Throck, what was it again? Ice
twice in hell.
Ice twice in hell. But ice twice in hell isn't my style.
What can I do for you?
Do you have any wands?
I might have a few.
Disguise self?
They're not here, though.
I understand that. Where do I need to go?
Well, you'll need to follow me.
Done.
Come, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Few friends are following me from behind. So you know.
Are they...
The ones that stick out like sore thumbs.
I don't know that I want them anywhere near this business.
Tell them that we're the ones with the money.
I'll go back to you guys. He's concerned that you're going to get him.
Just tell them that we're the ones with money. So
Yeah, I'm the one paying for it.
You have fun trying that. I'll go back over and go. Look, I'm helping them procure the item they want. They're going to pay. But it's up to you.
It's also a want to disguise self. Like, we're not talking about that much money. Like, just one of us can go. We don't have all 7 of us. I know I'm adding characters, but it's fine. I'm sure we can handle it. Like,
is it good if one of them comes? Is that okay?
You can pick one of your outsider friends to come with us, yes.
Good. All right. I'll go back over to the group. One of you can come. Who's coming?
I'd like to.
You guys have that mental communication thing, right? So that if he's in trouble, he can signal us, right? So
earrings.
Yep.
Okay.
As he turns to walk away, I will have Bruce the Bat hop onto and hide in his robe.
Okay, awesome. Yep. You feel a little bat squirm into your robe.
All right, let's go then.
So he will take you guys, the 2 of you, and at first he looked at you and go, "Why did it have to be the most obvious one?" You had to pick.
That's what I said.
At least everyone looks like they could possibly be here. He looks like an angel.
Yeah, why do you think I need the damn thing?
Fair enough. Come on. Okay. So he will take you out of the bazaar proper and into kind of this winding alleyway up this back set of granite stairs to a very small 2nd level apartment. It's got a window on either side, and it sees out to the street on either side. And it's simply a bed, a couple of chests, a desk, and 2 chairs, like a round table and 2 chairs. And he goes over to the chest and he opens it up and he pulls out. What type of wand were you looking for?
Disguise self.
Disguise self. All right, let me see what I have. And he starts pulling out these velvet wrapped, long, thin things. He goes, no. He pulls a sword out of there and it's like, shriek, way bigger than the chest itself. Nope, that's not it. He pulls out like a shield. Shink, get out of the way. I need down here. Yes, 1 second. And he pulls out a red velvet wrapped package, and he goes and sits down at the table and opens it up and goes, here it is. Unregistered. It is illegal to own this.
Well, most of me is illegal here. What are you looking for it?
Do you want it with papers or without papers?
With, I suppose.
With papers, it's 1,000 gold. Without papers, it's 250.
250,000 or 250 gold?
250 gold. With papers, 1,000 gold.
How many charges does it have?
9. Some of them recharge every day. You let it sit for 2 days, it'll probably be totally recharged.
Okay. You know what? Sounds fine by me. Does it require it be bonded to me?
No, it's a wand.
Good. I'm not even gonna barter. 1,000 gold sounds fine.
It's a done deal. 200 more buys my silence.
Really?
It's a dangerous world out there, and you're a dangerous person.
Yeah, and doesn't it feel like it would be dangerous for you to know me? Persuasion.
Do it up. You make a good point. 50 gold buys my silence.
Fine.
Great! He pulls the gold over to him. It was wonderful doing business with you. Now get out of this house.
I, before leaving, cast Disguise Self on myself.
Nice.
And my whole goal with the disguise is to look basically like a brunette version of myself that just isn't so goddamn holy.
I love it. It works. Yes, your skin is less gold. Your eyes are like brown. Your fingernails don't emanate radiant light.
Yeah.
You look like a human. You look like human.
I'm also trying to make my robes look generically nice instead of like wonderfully, amazingly powerful.
Like high wizard. Nice. Yeah. It's easily done. Simple brown homespun robes.
A little nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I would have walked towards the door before you did that. Turn around. I mean, passable. You're still ugly. Walk out.
Oh, snap.
And over the course of the next few minutes, you wind your way back to everybody else.
Over that time, I think about all the other things I can do with the space on the ship that she thinks she's getting.
See, doesn't he look so nice and normal-ish? So why are you even all here anyways?
Shopping trip.
That's hilarious. Why are you here?
I just told you.
To find something nice for our castle.
We like rare items for our castle.
Yeah, what kind though? Because
Why
no
does that
offense,
matter?
you probably find them other places.
If it was
There's only specific things
rare,
you only
yeah.
get here.
rare.
Fine. Do you need to get somewhere in particular to find these rare things?
Next, we need to go to the naval yards. We need witchwood.
Cool.
Here. Let me check something too on my sheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to go over to the naval yard. So, what's the best way?
All right, let's go. Do you want to be? Do you want to be conspicuous? Do you want to be hidden? Do you care who sees you walk over there?
I mean, is there anyone going to care? Like, do people not go to the naval yards, or is it if it's?
Oh no, the naval yards are fine. It's just there's the fastest way, but you probably don't want to be seen in those neighborhoods if you're not local, or the smarter way, which takes a little bit longer.
Which way do people who would have business at the naval yards normally take?
Okay, the longer way. Let's go.
Okay, that's fine. Like we knew what we were doing. Like we're not going to wander through. Hey, what's over this way?
The cat attacked my foot. I startled him apparently. Sorry.
Out of curiosity, John,
Yo.
I'm keeping an eye open for. So my background as a faction agent is the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Technically, in most places I go, I'm supposed to be able to find a sanctuary or safe haven. I'm keeping an eye open. That's all. It's up to you. But I'm just letting you know I'm looking.
Interesting. Yeah.
You just wander around drawing half the fish, man. Just drawing half the fish.
I feel
Looking
like
for the other half. Looking for the other half.
I wonder what business the Order of the Gauntlet would have on the City of Brass. I'll have to think about that a little bit before I get back to you on it. But Etza takes you guys off and starts moving you through the city. And as you start walking, you realize how immense this place truly is and how many people actually live here. It is a city of 8 million people. It is the size, essentially, of New York City. Maybe a little bit smaller, but you know what I mean. It's huge. And as you guys walk through town, you go through all different kinds of neighborhoods. She takes you at one point through kind of a richer business district, another time through what looks to be a crowd, like just blocks and blocks of craftsmen, numerous squalid huts and smaller rundown sorts of tenement buildings that are just kind of life stacked upon life stacked upon life. Huge temples to evil deities. It's the enormity of this place in the first hour of your walk really starts to sink in.
Throck, I would specifically avoid going anywhere near a Yanti temple.
Okay. Yep. As long as I don't know that there would be a temple to Dendar here, but
probably not. There might be an old world temple though.
Maybe, but most Yanti worship the Night Serpent, and he's chaotic evil.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say there probably isn't, and you're probably safe.
Yeah, but just a note in general, I don't frequent anywhere near that stuff.
Okay, yeah, totally staying away from your own people. I get it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It takes about 2 hours. And as you get up to the area around the naval docks, you see a lot more large warehouse sorts of places where more larger bulk items are sold. There's import-export businesses, there's shipwrights and weapon rights, and there's a much larger military presence here too. Guards regularly patrol the streets, made up of these strange bronze clockwork dogs and azers, along with normally an Afridi sergeant or lieutenant. Afridi are large creatures that essentially look like a large red angry genie with legs. And they tend to be carrying mechanical weapons more than, so nobody would be carrying a bow, they'd be carrying a crossbow, except it's been tricked out right with like extra gears and cogs and like sights and stuff like that. And as you get up there, Etza, you find there's a number of woodwrights, especially in and around the naval yard itself, because witchwood is what most ships here use, because most of the ships here serve a dual purpose. They can either be fitted with a essentially alchemically treated, they're flash kits, they're totally flash kits, an alchemically treated bronze coating that allows them to sail on the lava, itself, because there's a big. The closer you get here, the hotter it gets too, because you're literally getting near a sea of lava. And or the witchwood itself and the witchwood is able to stand up to those temperatures, and witchwood is also used regularly in the construction of planar ships, and these ships can be converted into spelljammers should they need to be, or at least simple flying ships that allow them to transit the plane of fire more easily. And once you get up there, there's a large number of warehouses and places where you could probably find the bulk witchwood that you need.
So I'm going to try to tend towards ones that are more willing to leave the city to make deliveries. Not far. Those who are more willing automatically to do it, that won't look at you like you're absolutely insane, and understand that there's some reason, but you got to pay them for it. Because nobody's just going to do it. But I tend to stay away from the ones who are going to try to give you the stink eye about it.
Okay. There is a Char Hollow and Sons Woodwrights, who you know are more willing than not to do less conventional sorts of work.
Cool. We'll go there.
Okay.
To give you guys an idea, these guys are going to be more willing to make your delivery than anybody else. So, just a note.
Okay.
So once you get up there, it's a busy working shop. It's essentially multiple large warehouses connected, where you see in the very back a keel is being laid down for some ship. Large hunks of raw witchwood, which is essentially a redwood-sized tree, except almost obsidian in color, and when you cut it, it has this sheen to it, as if it's partially petrified, is being cut into essentially ship-sized planks of wood.
Well, it's up to you now. I got you here.
All right. I'm sorry. Can you? Thank you. This is
Check
weird.
my measurements.
Okay, so I will sort of walk on in, looking for whoever seems to be either in charge or in a deal-making capacity.
There's a burly-looking, very well-built female Githyanki who seems to be kind of the floor boss here.
By the way, which wood do we need, guys?
We need something that looks like this. Sketch out whatever the requirements are from the materials that we need from the plans.
Yeah. It is essentially about.
Sees the Gith, he goes, brain monsters, because he remembers that one time.
that brain monsters. Those were indeed Gith. Yeah. Except their brains were already eaten. These are pre-brain eaten Gith. But Bran probably doesn't understand that. Yeah.
Gith now with 100% more brain.
Okay, so I will walk up to you said a female Gith?
Yeah.
Hello and well met, fair merchants. I am Zed. I'm looking to open a project tab.
She turns around slowly and goes, "Hello and well met to you. Who uses language like that? Where are you from?"
Somewhere else.
Clearly. That's awfully formal comment you have. What do
you want me to talk like, just regular folk? Fine, I can do that too. I was just trying to be polite, but if you don't want me to be polite, I won't be polite. Look,
I'm just
asking.
asking.
A lot of witchwood. So
how much?
I don't know exactly. See, that's the thing. And I show the little sketch. We need to fix something like this. So here's my proposition to you. We'd like to open a tab. We'd like for you to send one person to our ship, which is not within the city limits. Take a look at the job, assess what needs to be done, do what needs to be done, and then bill me, and I'll pay you.
How do I know you're good for it?
Because until that ship is fixed, I'm not going anywhere.
I mean, that's fair, but how do I know you'll be able to pay me when the ship is fixed?
Look at me. Look at my friends. And listen to the language that I used at the beginning. I'm pretty obviously trustworthy.
Look how impressively this guy's cloak is billowing out.
I understand he's wearing some crappy robes right now, but look at
Yeah.
how resplendently the rest of us are decked out.
Looks at the Furbolg. Looks at the Goliath.
Hey, I would like to point out the Furbolg is wearing like dragons, a full suit of dragon scale armor.
It's true.
Has like an epic druid staff.
That's true, actually. Yeah. He looks pretty epic. Yeah.
The guy in the loincloth is wearing ancient artifacts on his arms. Like
That's true. Yeah, I know. I got you. Yep, that's absolutely fair. And she will look at each of you, and she rolled a nat 20, by the way.
Okay.
On her. Yeah.
On her assess profit roll.
Yes. Okay, so here's
20 on her credit check.
What's your name? I'm Fentaza. What's your name?
What did you say your name was? I'm sorry.
Fentaza.
Fentaza.
Yes.
I'm Zed.
Nice to meet you, Zed. If I'm going to do business with someone, I want to know their name. I like how forward you are. I like that you know what you want, and I like that you know how you think you want to get it.
Hi, I'm Brand. Brandon.
Hi, Brand. Nice to meet you. Looking up at you.
Nice to meet you too.
You're quite the biggin.
Yes, it's true. I'm quite large. Thank you for noticing.
Watch out, I'm huge.
Okay, so here's how this is going to work. You're going to pay me for an assessment. Once that assessment is complete, you will make a down payment on repairs.
Okay.
That down payment is negotiable, depending on how much work actually needs to be done to your ship. Does that sound fair to you?
How much is the assessment?
The assessment is 200 gold.
Here's 250. Call it a pay ahead.
That's very fair of you. Where's your ship?
Say that again, sir.
Where's your ship?
It is outside of the city, flimina across the
Golden Gate Bridge. I mean the Golden Gate.
Yeah.
The Golden Gate.
Come back tomorrow. I'll send someone there right away. I have some free ship rights. I'll send someone there now. It's going to take them a while to get out of the city, get to your ship, make their full assessment, and get back. So come back to me tomorrow afternoon, and we should be able to have a full assessment ready for you.
Sure.
I quickly write down a description of what we're asking the workers to do, and seal it, and give it to her to give to the captain so that they'll let them on the ship.
Smart man. Thank you.
By the way, you could also let
Or
us
smart
know
lady, because you're playing Elise.
Correct.
whether
I
or
was
not,
just-
if
I
you
don't
could know whether or not our shipment of orichalcum has made it, that would be useful as well.
I was just thinking that it would be really useful if one of our casters knew like message or something like that to talk to the captain. But
Yeah.
That'd be a great spell if any of us
Too
had it.
much to ask for.
I don't actually have it yet, but I'll gladly go buy a scroll of it. Hang on, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I know I can get a good deal.
Hey, there it is. Yeah.
I mean, if there's an animal
We're-
nearby, I
We're
can talk.
pretty light on utility spells, despite having 3 casters.
I've got mending.
I mean, yeah, we don't have. We didn't have identify. We don't have message, send message or whatever. Like, it just amuses me. That's all.
Well,
I
I have not been playing this caster from level 1, so I've not had a chance to abuse the scribe into book feature very often yet.
That's true,
So
that's
that's what I'm
true.
doing right now.
I have
Also,
all
get a
kinds of
pass.
utility spells. I can make light, I can make fire, I can make fiery light, I can make light fire into light again.
I mean, like,
It's not, see, the
sure,
problem is
thaumaturgy is pretty cool too, but it just
Yeah.
like fine. It's fine.
the problem isn't the fact that we're low on utility spells. It's just you're low on imagination on trying to figure out how your problem would best be solved by lots of fire.
Yeah.
Most problems. That's exactly how Zed solves most problems. Yes.
All of them, you mean?
Just saying, like.
I mean,
This
I've
thing-
got
this thing-
purify
no,
food and drink.
This thing's kind of broken. I know. I'll just burn it and go buy a new one. All right, cool. All
I'd
right.
like to point out that kind of thinking has gotten us 11 levels so far.
I like to think the fact that I just stand in front of the squishy guys and take all the damage for no other reason.
Yeah, see, we
Because
know
he's-
mending. It's called heal.
I was
Whatever.
going to say, because he flies, so that he doesn't have to deal with that.
Also, I'm not an arcane caster, which has screwed me over many times, considering it's, anything to do with magic is make an arcane check, even though I'm a fucking druid.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've got a really amazing wisdom score, but why would I have a high intelligence score? I'm a druid.
Right? Yeah, druids aren't smart. Wait.
Different kind of smart.
But why can't there be like a druid arcana equivalent?
Nature?
Anyway.
I mean,
Right, but I'm not allowed to roll nature for anything. It's arcana based.
Well, okay. Well, no, it's because of who we're fighting, right? We're fighting a bunch of stuff that's, I made this arcane construct. Well, crap. We were fighting evil druids that made like an evil tree thing. Then you'd be fine.
I'll work that into the story.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Yay, I bitch and things change.
it's not a mechanical issue. It's clearly Sean's failing on all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a terrible DM.
So identifies now a druid spell too, right? So I
No,
just
No.
scroll and put it in my
it is
book.
not. Nope.
No.
You also don't have a spell book. That is not how you learn spells.
It's in your spell tree or whatever.
Yeah.
Can
You-
convert
you-
that little luck tree into a spell tree?
you know how you read spells in your spell tree, right?
Yeah, you cut them very finely, and then they
No!
become books.
No,
I
you
mean-
leaf through it.
You leaf through it, yeah.
through it. You leaf through the spell tree. That is what
I just want to
happens.
point out there is a feat that you've had the opportunity to take a couple of times. I know you did other things, that's fine. But there's a feat that lets you learn spells from other trees. So you could have learned the first level spell identify.
I could have learned
Or-
some
or
oak
eight if you want.
spells and some acacia spells.
Just saying.
And
You know,
Because
do what you
identify is
want.
better than 2-step ones.
some pine spells.
Okay, maybe not.
All of
But-
these different trees. Yes. This
Would have
is
saved
true.
us a lot of money.
I don't care about money though.
All right. Your business
It's
done
fine.
at the woodcutters.
I don't care that much money.
Okay. Next, I assume we're going to have to. We're going to be here for a bit.
Yes, we should find a place to sleep
Lodging?
and witch
Yes.
and drink and carouse.
Preferably someplace that will let us just rent like an open room that we can stay in together and not have to.
Quick, to the carouse mobile. Wait, that's
Yeah, is there a party bus? Can I just get on one of those?
Yeah, you know a place, Etza.
That'll give these four a place to all be in the same place.
Yeah, it's over in the foundry. It's called the Five Horsemen.
five
Hang on,
horsemen.
the 5 horsemen.
That doesn't make any sense.
Who's the 5th horseman?
Brand.
I just assumed it was going to be taxes. I didn't. Whatever.
Well, brand is almost as devastating as taxes.
Yeah, so you guys just need a place to stay now, right? Yes?
That's our
No?
next goal. Yeah. Mhm.
Cool. So we'll go over to the foundry.
Okay.
Can we carouse there?
What?
You may carouse there, indeed.
Yes,
Oh, wait.
okay, good.
Yeah. You may
That's fine.
carouse wherever you like, Brand, for you are Brand.
It's you, Brand.
Let the carousing commence. Okay, so it takes about an hour and a half to wind your way back over there. And the foundry itself.
I do mention to Brand, you do realize that while you're here, you're gonna have to pick up something to a special drink to add to the tavern back in the.
That's a good point. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
There
I
has
wonder
to
if
be
there's any
something, some sort of local
just
spirit.
like a fire ale or something.
Water.
Yeah.
Fire water. I don't know that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll have to ask when we get there.
Sweet. Yeah, so as you guys move through this...
With brand, check. All right, cool. Next.
As you guys move through town, you enter into an area called the Foundry, which looks to be one of the original settlements that created, like, that this place grew out of. You move through some ruined onyx-looking walls that have additional structures built over them, and into this area that is just a warren of buildings. It's not called the Foundry because any foundry work is done here. It's must be for some other reason, because this is a residential sort of, like, it's a residential, and like it's where the people who live and work in the city live for the most part. But interestingly, in one of the center market plazas that make up kind of this maze that is the Foundry, is this large 4-story bronze building with these arcing open windows and vines crawling up it. It's feels almost homey when you get there. It's,
What up, homie?
what up? It's got a large open fountain out front made out of this white tile with blue filigree, kind of rising up to about a height of 8 feet. It's one of the first water features you've actually seen here. And were you to put your hand to it, it would actually be cool. Unlike everything else around you, and feels incredibly refreshing. I do want to check the fountain of clearest azure. I want to check how clear it is. Okay.
It might just be clearer. I at least really needs to know. I'm just the name of this place was just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Continue. Yay! It feels homey. And homey, like it, I assume you mean not in architecture, but just in.
Yes, it's got like rugs kind of draped out of some of the windows, and there's hanging vegetation, mostly of a deserty sort, cacti and things like that, and some smaller ferns and scrub bushes, but enough to make it feel like someone's taking care to make this place feel comfortable. Walking in on the main floor, there's a large desk about 20 feet into the building itself, with stairways going off in either direction to either side of the desk. The area in front of it is an open atrium that takes up, the building itself is probably 80 feet wide. The center 20 feet is the atrium, and then the 60 feet, so the 30 feet, I guess, on either side of it are dining area, where people sit at open air tables and are served food and things like that. There's a young female Azure standing at the desk. Yes, hello. Are we looking for some lodgings today?
Yes, please.
Yes.
How many you got? Just the 5 of you?
4.5.
6. We need to leave room for Elijah.
I don't know who that is, but if you need
Basically,
6,
me, 2 other people, and maybe.
I mean, yeah, no, I got the joke.
No, yeah.
I didn't.
For what it's worth, I did finish my soju.
Okay, so you're someone's a little drunky. Yes, we can, of course, put you in single rooms, double rooms. How would you like to stay?
We'd like one big room. And by the
For
way,
5 of you and Elijah, so 6 of you.
Yeah, do you have that?
Yeah, I think we can make that happen. Well, it's 2 adjoining rooms with a door between them. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. I can shut the door on those guys when they're being boring.
Excellent.
It's gonna be harder for me to, protect for the evening, but we'll see.
It's 50 silver a night per person, and that does include a morning meal and an evening meal.
Well, in that case, that Elisha guy's not with us. It's fine. There's only 5 of us.
He doesn't eat much, I think. You said 50 silver a night per person?
Yes.
Times 5 times... how long did we determine Barrack has left?
Like a week.
Like a week.
Okay, so here's 20 gold. That's enough for all of us for more than we'll be here.
Oh, excellent. So with 20 gold, and there being 5 of you, 5 times 5 is 25, that's 250 a day. So that puts you here for 8 days.
Yep.
Perfect. We will put you down. You're in rooms 18A and 18B.
Perfect.
Great.
Do we have keys?
Yes, of course. Badook.
Do you have like a specialty drink?
Oh, we have multiple wonderful beverages. What would you like?
I don't know. What are your specialties? That was specialty.
We have a bar on the second floor, and you can talk to the barkeep there about many of our specialties.
Okay, that's where Brand goes.
Okay.
Doesn't even say goodbye. He just walks up there.
Muted. Muted.
I'm gonna go grab my stuff and meet y'all back here in like half an hour. No, how long would it take me to get back to the outskirts of the city market?
2 hours there and back again.
Okay, yeah, I'll be back in about 2 hours. Okay.
Sure. Mhm. Yep.
What's everybody else doing?
I go check out the room.
I'm checking with the bartender.
Okay. We'll do room first, 'cause probably be quicker than the bar. So Elise, you make your way up to the room, and sorry, one second. There we go. You make your way up to the room, and they're nice. They're not super special, but each room has 2 beds in it, one of which is larger than the other, and they have a very nice table in there. You have a view out over the street. It's homey. It feels just kind of comfy. There's some nice sitting chairs in each of them.
I'll give it a quick once over. For anything suspicious?
Hang on one second. No, you're not. Nothing really sparks off your spidey senses.
No secret passageway for people to peer through the eyeballs of the painting, something like that.
Not that you know, not that you see. It seems relatively okay. Yeah.
And then is one of the rooms? I assume the room is at least 10 feet by 10 feet. One of them.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. That's fine. I just want to make sure I can cast for the evening to protect one of the areas. I can.
Okay. With like an alarm.
I can tiny hut.
Oh, you're gonna lead him in tiny hut. Nice. Awesome. I love it. All right. I love it. Okay, Brand, up in the bar. Anybody go with Brand to the bar or with Elise to the room?
I went to the room.
Okay. Did you have anything you wanted to do up there, or were you just checking it out too?
No, I was just checking it out.
Sweet. It's also cooler in here. It's not like central air cooler, but it's like 85 degrees. But it's a dry heat.
That's way better.
Yeah.
Is there a shower/bath area?
There is a. You can buy baths.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fen would want to take a cold bath.
Okay.
Because he has a fur coat that he cannot take off.
Yeah, absolutely. Cold baths are something that happen regularly because of the heat. It'll cost you gold per 15 minutes.
Sure.
Okay. And so in the bath itself, you have a private area, and every 15 minutes someone will come and check on you to make sure that you're still doing well. And if you want anything to eat or drink, or if you'd like someone to play music outside your door or anything like that.
Fen's pretty good with just the chilling in the water part, and he'll do that depending on how long of a rest we were taking. He'll either do that for a while or,
Until someone comes to brush his fur for him.
Well, I won't be back for at least 2 hours.
Yep.
That sounds like a wonderful time to lounge in
Sweet.
cold water.
Yeah, that'll be 8 gold, and
Sure.
whatever you want to eat goes with that. Whatever you want to drink goes with that. It's a fully catered sort of service.
Nice.
Yeah.
They charge way more for 15 minutes of bathing than they do for an entire night.
Yeah.
Cold water.
Wow. I mean,
Cold water.
it's fine.
Well, it's because they wait on you hand and foot.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a spa treatment.
It's
Zed, what were you doing?
Eating the cucumbers off of his eyes. He's like, I don't understand why you keep putting them on my eyes. I just eat them. Stop it.
I'm actually. I'm sorry, Vale. Can you?
Oh my god, I'm not Vale also.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna get that fixed.
Your name and Zoom. I am pretty paranoid.
Sure.
So I really don't do anything that could put me at like risk or harm's way.
And running low on charges. Like, this is...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one charge an hour, so I figure
Yes.
I've probably used about 3 so far.
Yeah.
I'd rather not use any more if I can help it. So I'm basically just hanging out in the room and sort of thinking over all of the things that we do currently know and just trying to come up with, I don't know, divine inspiration about how in the hell we're going to get Barrick out.
Okay.
Don't you have a divine presence?
Yeah, I'm not even sure I want to test that here.
Just noting.
Yeah, that might not work out so well.
After the room inspection, I'll go down and have dinner.
Okay.
I'll go find Brand. He's doing
Yeah. So after the quick room inspection, you meet Brand down at the bar. Brand.
Yes.
It's a very nicely appointed sort of drinking establishment. It's much more like what we'd think of a bar today, right? With like plush alcoves to sit in and like round sort of seating areas, and then some high top tables, and then seating at the bar. It's much more, it has, you wouldn't know it's a modern feel, but it feels far less rustic than you're used to.
Brand is getting ideas.
Nice. In terms of like how bars are created, there's 3 people working behind the bar, and there's a number of folks kind of circling around and just getting people's drinks and getting food orders and things like that. And it's relatively busy in here with all sorts of different races hanging out. You see Azers and Gith, and there's an Afridi in here. Less wench, more hostess. A number of humans, and then a number of half elves and dwarves, and some other creatures that you're not quite sure what they are.
Okay. Walk up to the bar and say, "Barkeep, I need something to drink. I'm quite thirsty."
Well, you're in the right place, my friend. What can I get for you?
I don't know. What you have any special drinks, specialties?
Are you looking for a mixed drink, beer, wine? What sort of specialty? What is your taste, sir?
I tend towards beer and ale, but
Oh, excellent. Yes, we have
an equal opportunity drinker.
You look like a man who can hold his liquor too, if I'm right.
A bit, yes, of course.
Yes,
You're an excellent judge of character.
Excellent. Well, we have 2 different vintages you might like. The first is the Chain Demon, which is a porter, but a relatively heavy porter, that's got quite a bit of alcohol to it, and it's a local brew. And the other is the Magma. I hadn't actually come up with a name for a second when I put myself in a hole here. The Mouth of... is the Volcanoes... is the... Shit. I'm normally really good at coming up with names. Is the Magma Rager? Yes, it's a very heavy beer. It's a very, very dark beer, and it's got kind of a spicy bite to it from the fennel and other pieces that the brewers put into it. It's quite tasty if you like that sort of thing. We'll get you drunk in a minute.
I'll take 2 of
maybe
each.
not you, but the average sized person would get drunk in a minute. 2 Magma Ragers. Yes?
2 of each.
Oh, excellent. And 2 Chain Demons. Got you. He hands them over. You trade him the cash. It's 3 gold.
Okay.
We have the Heart of Pompeii. It's a highly sessionable IPA.
I'm just gonna double fist. I'm gonna try one and then the other.
So yeah, the Magma Rager is actually legitimately spicy. It's like someone put really tasty sriracha in really dark beer. And it weirdly works if you like those flavors. The chain demon is... I'm sorry, it's the chain devil. I'm going to write these down so I don't forget them, because you're clearly going to import them to your inn.
Seems likely.
And then the magma rager. Okay, there we go. The chain devil is kind of sweet, but has a much higher alcohol content than you would have originally expected. Like, you almost feel it.
Delicious. Chug, chug, chug.
And at that point, Elise comes in.
Elise, come, have a drink with me. Tell me which one of these two you like better. I'll order one of each for her. Not. She's not gonna eat mine. I'm gonna order them.
They're gone. Clearly, what would I drink? Thanks. I'll sip away.
Which one do you like better?
The spicy one.
Okay, yeah, that's good. It's good. They're both quite good.
It's different. We don't. I mean, like the other one's just strong.
Yes,
But the spicy one, we don't do a lot of spicy back home.
it's true. It's true. Brand goes deep in thought for several minutes.
If I wanted to get this home, I can't just take one. How would I get more of them back?
What is more than one?
But then I have to not drink them on the way back.
Yes, the smoke is literally coming out of his ears.
What if I just tell someone else to do it, and then they won't tell me where they put it, and then I wouldn't be able to find it?
Wow, at least you know me so well already.
But then I could probably smell it, so I think that someone would have to... No, damn.
It's a slippery slope you got yourself on right now.
Hey man, a couple days in Astral, and he gets a little hard up for the drinks. Shakes. Set in.
I need it.
Yeah, so I will ask the barkeep about see if there's any way I can get some casks of these.
I would imagine you could. We buy them ourselves in the cask form, from a wholesaler.
Ah, who's your wholesaler?
Notes. It's like I'm prepared for you to buy these things.
Right?
I like the idea that it suddenly becomes extremely articulate about the entire process.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Explain to me your brewing process. What kind of water do you use? How are your hops? Brand? So Hafsa
Does this keep well for a long time?
Hafsa Imports and Brewing. HAFSAH. Imports and Brewing.
Do you think interdimensional travel will cause it to bruise?
Okay, excellent. Thank you. It's very kind of you.
Of course.
I seem to have my drinks seem to be empty.
Oh, we can certainly fix that for you, sir. Of course. Yes. Blink, blink.
Yes, Brad does get much more eloquent when he's drunk, or getting.
All right, as you guys while away the time, unless you have specific business, 2 hours or so pass of drinking, hiding in fear, or soaking in cold water, and Etza, your Yuan-Ti guide, returns.
I would be all pruny, except I'm. I seem to have
It's,
clogged the drain with some.
Etza, have you had this? This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Come drink with me.
Smell like wet furball in here.
No, it should smell fruity.
It's just lingering. Whew. It's like just peat. Like there's nothing but peat. Oh.
It smells like home.
I mean,
Here,
I've
have a
had,
gin and tonic.
I've had most things here. Well, around here in general. Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Hefeweizen brewers?
Okay. When you can speak clearly again, maybe we'll have that discussion.
I'm speaking quite clearly. What are you talking about?
Let's
British
just
accent is brand
Good with-
drunk.
Brand's not very good with unfamiliar names, so you should know that. All right. Let you-
I also didn't say my character's name. I never introduced myself. Just a note.
Well, person that is with us for now, who's trying to take advantage of us to get out of here, come over here and have a drink. Is that better?
I mean, you could shout it less. That'd be great. But yeah.
Well, since we don't know what to call you other than "Hey you,"
Well, then perhaps you'd like to share your name with us.
Et. E.T.
Et
Et.
two.
No, phone home.
Ouch.
Well, Et,
Elliot.
have a drink.
Are you not planning on doing anything tonight?
I'm planning on drinking.
It lubricates his brain.
Does he have much of one?
I have a rather
It can
actually
be-
have a rather
it can be
extensive
lubricated.
vocabulary. I merely choose not to use it except for when I'm drunk.
That
Are
was
you
the state in
planning
which
on
you
doing
learned all
any-
those words in. Sure, we will.
Okay.
This is the planning stage.
Gotcha.
Yes, planning to get.
Drock, I'll order a local hard liquor.
Sweet. Yeah, it's a gin-like liquor, except it's got like a reddish color to it.
Yep.
A white wine spritzer.
They serve nothing but Boone's Farm.
Oh.
We do have several cases of Zima, if you're interested. What in the
Yeah.
nine hells?
I mean, I'll just sit and drink.
Okay.
Wait until they decide what they're gonna do.
The night will pass. Uneventfully and comfortably, unless you guys wanna do anything
After
else.
a few drinks and some food, I go back to the room. I leave him in a tidy hut and sleep.
Okay. Anybody else have any major plans for the evening?
After about 12 or 14 beers, Brand's going to also go upstairs and snore.
Nice.
Fen will be in the room that Brand is not in and close the door.
Speciest.
No. Light sleeper.
Okay.
I mean, have some meat for dinner and go to bed, I
Sweet.
guess.
All right, and with that, the night passes uneventfully.
You have someone slowly lower a white mouse into the room.
And morning comes.
Ew, I was not prepared. You're
I
supposed to
didn't
say
know it was that kind of place.
Splurch!
Okay,
What do you guys wanna do?
I do ask that question though. Hold on.
Hmm.
What rises in the morning?
So at night, the glow is less, and then there's a daylight-like red glow over the entire plane during the day.
So it's basically like reverse Alaska.
Yes.
But no, nothing rises and nothing falls. There's no stars.
Nothing
at night.
rises. There's no stars at night.
Okay, just curious.
It is black and gray and green cloud cover, through which comes a dull red light during the day and no light at night. Yeah.
Red sky at night. Sailor's delight. Right? That's how that works.
Well,
That is
explains
exactly
what
how that
the word comes.
Ah, yes.
Nice.
And I'll see my way.
It's morning. What are you guys doing?
Oh, okay. Oh. We should either. Someone should check in on the naval yards.
We also need to,
And then we need to move towards our greater goal.
yeah.
The greater goal.
The greater goal.
That greater goal you still won't tell me about? That one?
Working on
Your name that you still won't tell us about.
it.
Where are you from?
Hello, employee. How are you, employee?
Sean, what is the normal plane called? Because I'm just blinking.
You could be from literally any material plane.
Is there one that has more Yanti?
No, they're pretty scattered. They're everywhere.
I figured at this
Ouch.
point. Ah,
You could be from Eberron. You could be from Dark. No, you probably wouldn't be from Darksun. You could be from Greyhawk. You could be from Faerun. You could be from.
Faerun is the normal one, right?
Well, Faerun is the one they're from. There is no normal one. There are probably infinite material planes.
I feel like I don't want to, as a player, try to add levels of complexity that I cannot personally handle.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and stick with Faerun.
Okay. So you'd probably be from Chult. There are other places you could also be from, but the largest Yanti population that I'm aware of lore-wise is from Chult.
If you'd looked at my backstory, I wouldn't be from Chult.
I didn't look at your backstory, I'm sorry. Because I'm a bad DM, as was pointed out earlier.
No, it would have been wherever the monastery was that I was raised at.
Okay. You were from Kalimshan.
Cool. Yeah,
Bow.
I'm from Kalimshan. In Faerun. There. Happy? Better?
I'm from Kalimshan and I really want to know. Damn it! I should have made Elise a Valley girl. Fuck. Let me stop her. Hi, I'm Elise. I'm here to wizard at you.
Oh my god.
Whatever, Quinn. Okay. So, shall we take care of our ship needs first? Because
That is not till the afternoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she said the afternoon very clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. All right, well then. Hang on one second. Come on, spell sheet, cooperate. Expand.
So here, how
Right,
about this?
correctly. There we go. Fixed.
Where do you need to go for whatever it is you have to do? Why you're actually here.
Let us discuss, and we'll get back to you for over breakfast.
You realize I'm going to come downstairs and eat breakfast, right?
Right, and I just said we're going to discuss it over breakfast. So I was trying to be a polite way to say we have to make plans, so you can go do something else for a while.
The two most awful people in the party talking. I love it.
Oh, well, I'll have breakfast first, then y'all can talk, and whatever. Okay.
Sweet.
All right. So going off to find breakfast separately with an awkward depart, the team that does not include Et meets for breakfast.
All right, so how are we fighting? What's our next crumb that we can follow to figure out where we're going?
I don't even know.
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, we know
let's
it's
start looking for the
like-
lords, right? That's who has it,
Yeah.
right? Some lord of some sort.
Right, but it's being transported through here to that guy. So there must be some sort of interplanar soul transport.
Okay, well, let's ask around for that.
Right, so his soul gets yanked out of his body, and then it has to get put somewhere that they expect. Like souls have to get yanked out of people's body and show up repeatedly for them to end up in a spot where you would then be able to say, "Oh yeah, I want that one," and then that guy can buy it, and then it gets sent to Dispotter. Right? There has to be.
So it might be that we need to go talk to the slavers. They might know.
So just to remind you guys from a previous session, you know, the only crumb that you have about this place is that it's being held by a merchant prince who operates as a middleman. That's what you know. Some merchant prince
Where? Sorry.
as a middleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Go ahead. Sorry.
maybe we go talk to the slavers because they deal with physical slaves. It's possible one of them deals with less than physical slaves. You know.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I could? Do I think that the sequence of events of his soul getting ripped out, it had to go somewhere,
Yes.
and then this merchant prince has to get it, or does he automatically get them just because that's where the soul transport ends up, and then he sells them off to people?
He has it. This merchant prince is currently in possession of it, is what you were able to determine.
Right, but my point is it
Yeah.
like, is that how it always works? Is it repeatable? Is it in the sense that he's always he's sitting around, he's got a room where souls just show up, and he sells them off because he has a soul sucking room? Or does he just randomly wake up one morning and there's a soul on his front doorstep and he goes, "Oh, I should probably sell this"? Or
This is actually more of a religion check than an Arcana check. Although I give you Arcana at a higher DC.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Let me one second.
Yep.
The bonus is the same, but the roll is terrible.
Oh. So with the Arcana check, with Elise's Arcana check and Zed's religion check, the thing you're able to put together is that the complicating factor here is that he is a paladin. Most of the time, if someone is to take possession of a soul, they immediately take possession of that soul. But because the deity that is going to take possession of this soul is lawful evil, and the paladin is sworn to an oath that is not lawful evil primarily, it has to go through a middleman. It would essentially break the laws of reality unless the paladin himself renounced his vow to do not pass go directly to Demon Lord, or Devil, right? Devil Lord. And so the contractual way around that, which is why it ended up in a place of lawful evil, is that it must first reside by ownership in the hands of someone else before making its way to a Demon Lord, who would then attempt to turn it into a Black Knight or something similar.
Okay, so how did that merchant prince become the guy that gets the soul?
That is a good question.
Does he sign up for a Soul of the Month club? I'm just saying because like the sequence of events are right, unless the like time is way more malleable in this particular instance than it is, but like he got his soul sucked out, then you guys took him to like Waterdeep, whatever. I'm like, hey, what's wrong with him? And they're like, oh yeah, this merchant prince has it, and it's gonna get sold at Despot. How did all that get worked out in the intervening time? I guess because we can figure out if this guy deals in souls or he trades in, like if this is part of his shtick, somebody's got to know that, and we can ask around about soul merchant princes to be able to figure out who's likely to be this position, or who has a connection to Dispotter, or who has, or just, is there people that deal with, or there's a merchant that just deals with Dis solely, like, know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got you. That makes sense to me, but I'm DM.
I mean, because that we have to we have to come up with the target of our investigation, and hopefully a reasonable reason why we have to ask around about him.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just express interest in soul, soul transport, and soul trade. I mean, we could also claim, if we want to, that we have access to a knowledge of a soul-sucking technology that we've just encountered, because that was unrelated, right? Like, hey, we ran into this thing. We know there's a way of, there's some sort of interplanar soul transport going on. We've encountered a device that can seem to do something similar. Be as vague as possible to say that we don't actually have it anymore. We just know about it. So we're trying to find a way into that market, right? We already sell exotic items. We already sell very rare items. What could be more rare than people's souls?
Well, and that right there gets to the heart of the like sort of ruse that I was considering going for, which is like we go and we talk to the slave traders as a start, and essentially like, hey, we are looking for slaves of a less physical sort. Where would we look for that? We've come all this way for this thing, and basically make ourselves out to be interested buyers in souls to see if there's some kind of like centralized market system for that.
Because I mean, when you want to enslave somebody, why just merely go with one lifetime when you can go for eternity?
Or why just merely go for the recalcitrant soul of the people who you've just murdered, when maybe you want to keep the ogre's body, but you'd like a slightly more easily dominated soul on the inside of it, or something like that.
I'd like an ogre with table manners. Can I swap this around a little bit here?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Okay, I can buy that. And I don't know, turn over the glass or whatever, put up the red thing to signal that we're ready to have Et come back to help us.
Poor Et. Yeah, you notice that they're ready to talk to you.
I wait another half hour.
You need-
I
Okay.
wait another half hour.
Right, but we literally signal you from across the room, and then you just sit there for half an hour?
I'm eating. Also, I didn't go across the room. I would have left.
During that half hour that she's just sitting there staring at us eating, I'll be like, are we sure we need her? I mean, she needs us more than we need her, right?
Right.
Yeah, we have a business opportunity. She wants to get the F out of here. But,
I mean,
you
if she wants to dick around on us, that's cool.
I'll finish eating and come over.
Oh, okay.
I'm finishing eating, so whatever. All right,
are there lumps, like, as it goes down her esophagus?
I mean, maybe.
Is her belly distended?
is this the only meal that she's going to eat?
Let's go sun herself on a rock for a while and be like, oh, I'm so
But breakfast was an entire leg of lamb.
Hey, girls gotta
It's
eat.
the cartoon. It goes in the mouth and then just comes out with the clean bone.
That was exactly my image. All right, so
Mhm. Zed will explain
okay.
Oh, I'll
the finer
explain.
details.
Okay. We need to go talk to the slave traders. We need to inquire about the possible trading of souls.
That's not the slavers.
Then who is it?
It's all in the trading princess. You got to go into the city markets for that. Do
Okay.
you have passes to get into the city market?
Sean, do we have passes to go to the city market?
We have money. That sounds like that should work, right?
Universal pass.
Lawful. This place
So
is lawful.
wait, just to make sure, what did you guys tell Et that you wanted to find?
Souls.
Oh, so you would know, Et, that it's highly regulated and very few people actually deal in souls, and it would legitimately matter what kind of soul. It is materially important to know what kind of soul it is in order to
Look,
be able to ascertain that.
because so if you think that it was hard to get in as a general trader in the common market, trying to get in with the soul trade, the soul merchants, is even harder. Like, it's super highly regulated. Only a few people deal in them, and they deal in specific types. So you're gonna have to be a little more straightforward about what you're looking for here, if I'm gonna be able to get you to the right people.
It's like cheese.
Looking for the soul of a paladin.
Does that clear it up a little bit?
You think that's funny? you because no one. That's not a that is not a thing. to you. Although you have an idea who you might be able to ask, but to you that's unheard of. It is certainly not necessarily legal to even bring the soul of a paladin into a place like this. And so it would most assuredly be a black market deal of some sort, right? The holding and transportation of these kinds of souls, due to their potency and their lethality to the denizens of a place like this.
Well, because paladins are able to potentially do things like holy damage.
Yeah. And the right to keep and enslave those sorts of souls, as far as you know by law, is only by those directly in the employ of the Grand Vizier.
Yeah.
But if someone else is holding it...
Yeah, I mean, then we can get it. If it's already that person, we're not touching it. So, if it hasn't already been purchased by someone, you're lucky you talked to me. This is going to be entirely in the black market. No one deals in souls of paladins. Because it's kind of like lethal to most of the denizens of the city. Because, paladins don't really go with the city of brass and lawful evil.
What's a denizen?
It's people who have own dens. They have lots of money.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I've only had a couple beers with breakfast. I'm not really very smart right now.
So where do we go?
So I know somebody who I can ask.
Her name is Fahima.
So I know somebody I can ask about where we might be able to find the market for this. But they may not know whether or not it is actually here or not. That may be somebody else. But that's at least a starting point. So we can go talk to that person. Sound like a plan?
This is so the person you know, just to let you know, her name is Fahima. Yep. She runs ostensibly her business is a quasi-legal blood sport ring. Quasi-legal because it's totally legal to have blood sport in the city, but she does take a lot of underhanded, like under-the-table bets. And has all sorts of contacts within higher class kinds of clientele who go there to bet and watch some of the more delectable bloody treats of the city. Yeah.
So we probably actually want to go there when there's a bunch of people and noise so that we're not easily overheard, which would probably be more in the evening.
I mean, it's pretty rocking all day and night. They're not shy about 24-hour, 7-day-a-week blood sport.
Is there any preferred time for black market dealings?
No, it doesn't. Well, that's not. There's no black market that has a shingle that says I am open from 8 to 5 p.m. Right? Like the business happens when they are approached.
Okay, cool. So, I don't know how comfortable y'all are with sponsors fighting of a sort. That sort of
What do you mean?
intentional blood sport. It is technically legal.
What you mean, like people paying people to fight?
Kind of. I mean, slavery is legal here, so sometimes the slavers bring people in to fight. It just depends.
I can get paid to fight.
You already do get paid to fight.
That's true.
You also aren't a slave, and if you lose, guess who takes you?
A brand never loses.
Okay.
Haven't lost yet, have I?
Still wouldn't recommend it. You don't have the protection of the insignia that the slavers can't take you.
You can tell I'm worried.
So we can go there.
Let's.
All right. So, as you guys head up and after eating breakfast either on your own or as a team, you head back out into the city as a soft red glow streaks across the sky. You find yourself currently in the Foundry and make your way over to the Plaza of the Hunters. There, crossing a large lava-filled canal, you find yourself in what looks to be a neighborhood dedicated essentially to gambling of all sorts and sizes. Rounding a corner of a broad 4-lane sort of street with obelisks going down the center of it, you find yourself in a smaller street, and off to one side is broad wooden double doors. There's a guard out front who, as you approach, goes, "What's your business?"
Fahima.
You there for the fights?
I hold out my. I would know what the charge is, so I
Yeah.
just hold it out.
Right. Go on in. And when the doors open up, it's these obsidian steps, as wide as the doors themselves, that head down, they take a turn, and they head down again. And you find yourself, as you moving down these steps, the echo of the crowd becomes louder and louder and louder. And you find yourself in this large circular room hewn out of the stone itself with torches lining it. You stand on a platform that's probably 15 feet wide and circles a large, not a coliseum, but a large fighting pit. All sorts of people around it taking bets on the fight that's going on down there right now, which is between a displacer beast and this gnome who looks like he might be a monk or something, and they're going at each other down there right now.
Brand's eyes light up.
You see, every once in a while, you'll see people taking bets. There's obviously people who work here who are moving around, taking drinks, taking bets, and then off on the other side of the ring that circles this place, and the pit itself is about 15 feet down, dirt floor, with a gate on either side, which is where the contestants come out of. You see a roped off area, and sitting there is an Azure female in a gorgeous yellow dress, reclining in a chair, sipping on a drink, attendants around her, watching the fight. She's got kind of these aquiline bronze features, and her hair is pulled back in this tight ponytail.
Is Azure her race or her
Azure is her race. So Azures are a form of dwarf that have bronze skin, A-Z-E-R, not A-Z-U-R-E, that have bronze skin and fiery hair. Yeah, and she sits there reclining.
Have I met Fahima before? Like, are we close, or are we just business associates?
You have done business with her before.
But not on a personal level.
You're not like buds.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I would know kind of the way to get to actually speak with her. Whatever the bribe to the guard or whatever it is that I need to
you would know that you would need her permission and a compelling reason to speak to her.
Okay.
And that would go through one of her secondaries who you see kind of hanging out.
Okay. So you all stay here, enjoy the fight for a minute. I'm gonna go talk to Fahima. Okay?
All right, as she goes off, do you guys want to do anything in here?
I want to watch the fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight with Brain.
Okay. Is that her Elise?
Are there any people wandering around yelling, "Ice cold magma rangers here"?
They don't have magma ranger, but they do have other drinks.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Ice
order
cold.
one.
Okay. Yeah. Clang.
Both of them said that they were coming along for the moment.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, they were okay.
Oh, okay, cool. No worries. So as you head over there,
Mm-hmm.
The class of clientele gets nicer and nicer and nicer as you go around. And you get to a point where you feel out of place based on class and wealth. but continue to navigate your way through to the essentially the wooden barriers, and it's just a simple bar that goes across with like wooden bars coming down, and then
Well,
a gate
and
that
I'll
opens
change
up.
the way I walk to look very. I have business here. I am doing a job. I am trying not to get in your way. But
She
don't
pulls out a
stop me.
clipboard. It's a
Yeah.
normal thing.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way up to the rail.
I'll tap to try to get somebody's attention.
One of the guards, who is another Azzer, comes up and looks up at you and goes, "It's a business."
You need to speak to Fahima to get some information.
Why is that worth Fahima's time?
She'll kind of look over at the other group. Some off-planers.
Oh, planers come here all the time.
Mm-hmm. Look at what they're wearing now. Dragon scale armor. All the arcane relics. They'd make good trading partners.
So it's a business proposition?
Especially for things that are considered illegal in the city.
Interesting. I'll be right back. He walks over to Fatima and he whispers in her ear. She looks up at you and then across at the others. Comes back. She'll meet with you, but she wants to meet your friends as well.
Fine. Where?
Here. Now.
I'll go get them.
And he walks
I'll
away.
walk back over the group. So, to get an audience with her, she would be interested in potentially trading some of the relics you guys have brought as rare magical item dealers.
Okay. Did you
Yeah,
promise her anything?
No, just said that it would be a good partnership.
Gotcha.
You don't make promises.
Well, I guess we
That's
could
a really bad idea.
Yes, we could talk to her. Or rather, we could go over there and Zed could talk to her.
Yes, when Zed gets back. Because
yes,
player of Zed is AFK, and that's kind of important. But she wants to talk to you now.
Okay.
Sure.
Should we take a quick break then? Or...
Yeah, let's take a quick break as we wait for Muck and Brand to get back.
No, I'll play Zed. It'll be fine.
Oh, sweet. Let's do it. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of technical stuff. Blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
That sounds exactly like Zed.
Intimidate me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can take a break. I can use break anyway. So.
Okay, sweet. We will be right back. Back in. And we're back! We are about to start dealing with the mysterious Fahima, an underworld contact of our new party member Etzes, to try and find the location of barracks.
Whoa,
The party's
she's not a new
following.
party member. She's a hireling right now.
She's on probation.
That soul. Okay, and we're back.
She wants to talk to us now, so like, get up.
Okay.
Okay.
Kind of bossy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look, if you want the information you need, this is what we need to do.
I'm sure there's other ways that we could do.
Subterfuge. Man, it's really tough. It's really tough. All right, cool. Let's go. Everybody bright-eyed and bushy, whatever, depending
Bushy
on your
thinged.
species.
I definitely spent at least an hour this morning grooming. So.
No short, you look nice. Gross.
Yeah. All right, you guys make your way over there through the crowd. The same guard comes up and looks at you and goes, "This is them, yeah?"
Yeah.
All right, 1 second. And he opens the gate. Come on in. No trouble. No trouble. No trouble.
I checked my pockets for trouble. I don't think I have any.
Lounging in the chair is this female Azure. She
Female
looks up.
what?
Azure. I've said the word like 20 times. Okay, an Azure, again,
Little fire
for the,
dwarf. Yep, good.
it's a little fire dwarf. It's a little fire dwarf.
Yeah.
It's a little dwarf that looks bronze, fiery hair. Female this time.
When you said the word, it didn't sound like that word. That's all.
Okay. She looks up and goes, "Etza. Good to see you.
You too.
You bring me business? And a new fighter," looking up at Brand.
Well,
You-
only
you
if he
would-
wants to.
Maybe.
You would do well in the pit.
Of course I would.
I like your confidence. We do have an opening today if you were interested in testing your mettle.
Sure.
Excellent, I like it. You're a man of few words.
Brand,
A little off.
Brand, hang on. I'm sorry, can you please mute yourself again? Thank you. We're here looking for something fairly specific. Etsa's told us that you're the person to talk to. Any
Etza told me you
additional...
were rare item dealers. Etza, did you lie to me?
No, we deal in rare items. In fact, we're looking for what might possibly be one of the rarest items around.
What's that?
This is the information I mentioned that we need.
Oh, yes. Information. I thought we were striking a business deal.
Yeah,
I am disappointed.
information for trading. Seems fair.
Trading seems awfully nebulous. What is the information you want?
Looking for the essence of a being.
That's
You
awfully
have to be
vague.
straightforward here.
Okay, we're looking for the soul of a pattern. Does that?
You're looking for the soul of it. I know.
Oh no, I laughed my ass off when they said that.
Yeah, you're done helping now. Go away.
I pop a spot next to Bahima.
Don't. I did not give you permission to sit.
Can I sit?
No!
Fine.
You're looking for the soul of a paladin.
A specific paladin.
Interesting. I believe I know exactly who you're looking for, but information like that is dangerous and comes with a price.
Of course.
And so
That's why we're here to trade.
But I don't want anything you have. You're obviously skilled. I want your services.
okay.
Insight check. Do I believe that she actually has the information?
Make an insight check.
I mean, applicable to our situation? Or did
Yes.
you just say, "Of course I know what you're talking about"?
No, I'm actually skilled at it, but
God damn it! I have no earthly idea.
6 now.
Wow.
I don't know. She seems on the up and up to you guys.
Fuck.
Yeah, actually, just to be all kosher, I rolled a die as well. But she does seem on the up and up to you guys. Yes?
Cool.
What kind of service do you provide? Do you require of us for this information?
Well, I'd certainly want to see him fight, but that would be a side benefit. There was this asshole infernal in the import-export business by the
You
name
want
of...
to matter fucked up. I was blunt with you. Be blunt with us.
You
Let's
are
get
in
this
my
done.
house. If you want this information, you will treat this house and its owner with respect.
You're absolutely correct. I apologize. Please accept all available largesse, and I say that in both an imposing and also persuasive fashion.
Please do.
Sometimes I wonder why we let Zed do all the talking.
I know, right?
I was wondering
Because-
that too.
because he
I know
has
he's
this,
got high charisma and all.
Because
he has
my
the stats to make
character
up for
is
whatever he said.
way better at this than Ben is. Because Ben gets really impatient. But Zed does not, or at least doesn't show it.
Your apology is accepted. You're new here, and we will chalk that up to you not understanding how my business works. And she does look a little bit impressed by you after you say that, by the way. Like, her demeanor has changed a little. Her demeanor has definitely changed. Here's the deal. There's an asshole infernal by the name of Barbatos. He's in the import-export business. I want you to bring me the tack from his steed. He owes me a good deal of money, and frankly, he's worth more dead to me than alive. So if he happens to die in the deal, I am 100% okay with that. In fact, let's call it part of the deal. Let's just remove him from the equation. He has a manor house over by Phoenix Gate, and a business called Nine Bells Imports up near the Naval Yards. He doesn't go anywhere without his 2 fuck-up-a-freety bodyguards, and he works closely with his douchebag partner of his named Cyanopus. He's a real horse-headed cunt, I have to tell you. If you can get into his manor and steal his ledgers, there might be something a little bit more fulfilling in it for you as well.
I think I like her.
Okay, so that was the tack from his horse, dead, and ledger? You're
Yes.
kind of a bit rambly there.
Yes, I want the tack from his horse. I want his ledger, if you can get it.
Which
And-
one is his horse? How will we know
Oh.
which one is his horse?
Oh, you'll know it when you see it.
No, I mean that's nice. That's a fun turn of phrase, but honestly, please
It's a giant
describe-
flaming demon horse.
and it
and
only
the
has one
tack-
set of tack.
No. The tack summons the horse.
Oh.
See, that is. we
there
would be
only
wandering around
one?
looking for a horse.
I mean,
Okay.
how many
Fine.
giant flaming demon horses are here?
Here, probably a lot.
It is and I hate this fucking word, nightmare.
Where does he live?
He lives over by the Phoenix Gate, and she gives you kind of the general area, yeah. Like she
I would
pointed
be able
out to you on a map.
Point it out.
Yeah, she tells you where it is. It's 14 Demon Swallow Lane, Phoenix Gate. Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Mockingbird Lane.
666-420 Blaze It Yo Lane.
What does that do? Keeps your head warm. Okay. Yes. That's it.
He's
And in
a
exchange,
relatively
in exchange-
powerful asshole.
Right, but I mean it's straightforward.
So are
You're
we.
giving us a very direct
I
desire.
mean,
Just making sure.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
just...
in exchange for those 3 items, or the 2 items and a bonus for the ledger,
Yes.
the second one,
Yes, the second one. Bonus for the ledger.
okay, bonus for the ledger. Okay, so in exchange for the first 2, we get the information on the person who holds the soul that we're looking for.
Yes. I believe there's probably only one person stupid enough to hold those.
Okay, and then what is the bonus for getting the ledger?
It depends on what I find in the ledger.
So it could either be worthless or worth a lot.
Oh,
That
no, it'll
doesn't
be
really work
worth.
as a bonus.
It'll be worth
With-
something to you. It'll at least be worth some gold. At least 1,000.
gold?
If what I find is more profitable than that, it'll go up from there. I like that you like specificity. Most people come in, I tell them to do something, and they leave, and then I pay them whatever the hell I want when they come back. I respect your bartering style. 1,000 gold additional on delivery of the ledger.
1,000 gold minimum.
1,000 gold. I don't even get out of bed for that much, but
I know, that's why I'm a
we'll
little
see what
bit.
we can do.
It's a bonus, it's a minimum.
It's fine. It's
Worst case, we can see if somebody else wants it. What
Yeah.
else?
might be worth more to someone else. Yeah.
So you've mentioned that he has 2 bodyguards. Does he have other house guards or people living in his residence?
There's this horse-headed son of a bitch named Cyanopus, who works with him at his import-export business.
Anyone else at his home? Does he have wife, children, things like that?
He's not the type of person who would have a wife, but he does have guards, I believe, yes, other than the free tea.
What does he import, export? Anything in particular?
Honestly, I think it's a front. Most of the time, he spends his time whiling away and gambling and drinking and coming here and losing my money.
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't, cannons or something like that, because that would be a little awkward.
No,
It's fine.
I believe he sells some illicit drugs, manufactures and sells some illicit drugs, to be specific.
What drugs are even illicit here?
Anything that deals with the changing of a person's essential nature.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
The powers that be like to know the lay of the land.
And what was the thing that people could be citizens, right? That were the fancy people that were immune to shit, like they couldn't be.
Yeah, they were
slaves and all
immune.
that
Like
stuff?
citizens are immune to slavery. Yeah,
Okay. And is this guy a citizen?
I believe so. I have not checked his card.
I'm just
I've
curious.
never seen him wearing a necklace though. So
Okay. But I mean, that would potentially make him harder to eliminate if he was, correct? 'Cause you
like I
could
said,
call on-
if you were unable to kill him, I understand.
We have no problem with that. I'm just trying to determine the actual nature of the task at hand. So
We're not worried about being able to kill him. We're worried about what happens after we do.
It's always a problem.
because the information's useless to us if the entire city is now pissed because we killed the guy.
Are you looking for additional insurance? I may be able to put a word in here or there, but it would change the nature of our deal.
Oh no, again, I'm not asking, I'm just asking for information that is required for us to complete the task as assigned.
Honestly, I'm not sure if he's a citizen.
Okay, that's fine.
His horse-headed asshole friend is.
That would be Synopsis.
Yes.
Synopsis. Okay, is he actually horse-headed?
Yes, he actually has a head of a horse.
Okay, just, I didn't know, again, linguistically, just want to make sure.
Sure, I understand. Turn of phrase, someone could be a horse-headed asshole, but no, he actually has the head of a horse, and he is an asshole.
So he is a head of a horse and is a large sphincter?
Literal asshole.
Yes.
He's not a literal asshole. He's a
He's
figurative
clearly-
asshole, but is a horse.
Is he
literally
a
horse-headed, but not
asshole?
literally.
Is he a
You clearly don't like Synopus, but you haven't asked for him to be killed. Do you want him alive?
I wouldn't be upset if I never had to see his fucking face again in my life. No, I would not be mad about that, but it is not...
A requirement?
It's not a requirement. Should he get in the line of fire, great. I will like you more.
Okay. What do you require as proof? Other than obviously the attack from the horse. How do you want me to know he's...
Head. Head would be good. Yes. Yeah, head.
So you can spit in their face just one more time?
No, I'm going to
been
put
there,
it on a
done that.
spike
Got it.
in the middle of my arena
It's
and
cool.
allow my
After
dogs
you
to
spit on
feast
it,
on it.
right?
Elise has a form for these things. She's just filling it out. It's fine. It's okay. Okay.
All right. I think we're good.
Now to the real business. You, sir. Large man. What was your name again?
Yes, thank you for noticing. Yes, Brand.
This will be a side deal after we're done with the first task.
If he's no good to you or us, if he's dead or injured.
Oh, I'll be fine.
I would love to see you fight.
And again, I'm not saying he can't fight. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm sure he would be happy to do so, but that's going to be afterward.
Does he not speak for himself, woman?
No, I'm just. We're having a conversation. I'm directing it. My comments at Brand. Like I'm saying, we can do this afterward. Like
I mean, okay.
fun fighting.
I actually say we are Brand's adventuring group. He actually pays us to speak for him, so he doesn't have to.
What?
Apparently, your friend Brand here is not aware of that fact.
I mean, we are Brand's adventure.
That is part of the deal.
He's gotten hit in the head a few too many times.
I would just like
that's
to.
also true. I've definitely been in the head for sure.
Okay.
Yes. So how about we go kill this horse-headed fucker or whatever his name is, and I'll come back and fight.
This asshole-headed horse.
Does your friend understand what it is I want you to do?
We do. That's fine.
Okay. The ledger may not. So here's. I should add.
Is the ledger actually a physical object that it has words and/or numbers and figures written in it? It's not like some other weird.
Yes, it is a ledger. It is an actual ledger. It is how people do business.
Sure. It is the concept of a ledger.
It is the Aristotelian.
There's actually a guy who's his accountant whose name is Ledger. Fuck.
I will say I'm not sure if it's at his business or his house. It's possible he has copies.
If we kill him and Sinopus and his guards, wherever we find them, I think we'll be able to gain free access to wherever else we want after that.
As you do. I only require results. The method is not important to me.
Well, we're good at that part.
We're very good at results.
You've asked for a fantastic act of violence. That's right up our alley.
Keep in mind that there are city guards.
Getting his head chopped off. Like,
I'm sorry, say again?
Keep in mind that there are city guards.
That's why we're asking about the citizenry thing, just and all that other stuff.
Yes, we'll do it all polite-like.
Open combat in the streets is heavily frowned upon.
It's so gauche. Anyway, I mean, really.
Okay, be careful.
Yeah.
I like your gusto. I like what you're saying, but
the cross purposes with the thing you just asked us to do.
Fireballs in the middle of the street are not what I'm looking for, and it would not behoove you either.
Not part of the plan.
Ice balls. Can you make an ice ball?
Sure. Oh. Yes. Anyway, moving on.
No, it just sounds incredibly useful. Is all.
I had a girlfriend once who said I had balls of ice. Is that what you mean?
Yes, Brand. That's what I meant.
Okay. Yes.
All right. So, where does he live again?
He lives in the Phoenix Gate.
Phoenix Gate. That's right. Okay. I was staring right at it, and I was like, "Where does he live again?"
And his business is up by the Naval Yard.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have anything to do with it. I name off the people that are actually fixing our boat.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yes.
We wreck the place, kill them all off. Like, oh man, our boss died. We don't know what to do. We lost Sorry. Shit. All right, we'll go do some. I assume there's no urgency to this. He's not gonna leave in 6 hours for a year or something like that, right?
Well, he knows he owes me money. I've sent him multiple reminders.
Okay,
this
that's fine.
Is his final notice, so he may be on guard that something is coming.
But he's unlikely to skedaddle.
No, he would not leave the city. He is too tied to it, I believe.
Okay, that's figuratively, right?
Yes. I understand you're not from here, but most people could choose to leave if they wanted to. It's just a very nice place to live.
I've been outside. It's much preferable. Okay. Well, we'll go make arrangements then. Anybody else have any questions?
Brand, not even one fight before. I've got an open slot today, and you would fit it perfectly.
Brand will buy you a lot of beer later. We gotta go.
Not today. I'm sorry.
I had to ask. You understand?
No, of course. I mean, you see a specimen like myself. You have to ask. I understand totally. But not today. We'll come back. Promise.
Etza, you're to act as their guide. Go with them and make sure they don't break too many laws. Well, they break this law.
I've been generally doing that.
Make sure we break the law the correct way.
You are muted.
I said, I've generally been doing that. I've been helping them out since they were stumbling around in the common market. It's hilarious.
Good. All right. I have other business to attend to, another fight starting soon, and as you see that, your heads look down, and you see the Displacer Beast tearing this gnome just limb from limb down there. It was predictable. It's just a warm-up match.
Why was that gnome even in there?
He was a monk. He was believed he had the ability to face down any beast, great or small, with purely the power of his... I don't know what he called it, some inner stupid power. Obviously...
Tiny fists.
Chutzpah.
Yes. He walked in on his own and paid his own money to become a fighter in the pit. And thus are his wages. Paid in full.
Okay.
Right.
If we don't leave, I'm worried I'm going to be overcome by a bout of poetry. Let's go.
All right, and as you exit the fighting pit, we are going to end here for today. Yay!
I like being snarky.
You made it.
This was all roleplay and no combat.
I did call you ugly. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The ugly
Yeah.
was the least annoying thing you did.
All right. So that was it, guys. I was seeing if that banter normally goes on longer, so I just kind of zone out when they start. And this time it only lasted like 2 salvos, and so, okay, we're back. This has been The Broken Throne, brought to you by some of my favorite people on the planet from long before I started streaming. And we'll be back next Saturday with another episode. Let's go around and today was interesting because there was, I think, this is the first time in a little while there was 0 combat, I think. There wasn't even a little combat.
Yeah.
Not even a soupçon.
not even a... No. But yeah. Let's just go around, shout yourself out. If you want to say anything about the game, you can. If you don't have to, if you don't want to. We'll start with Brand.
Yay! Yep. Thanks for watching. For those of you that watched, it's fun. Didn't let me get anything. I got to drink beer. I mean, you get ready for beer. Although I did also drink actual beer. So, yeah. I guess I'm rambling. So that's it for me.
Zed. Zed.
Yeah, I'm here. I was waiting for something. Hi, I'm Zed. I was playing Zedrin, and I did Zed things, and I'm quite Zeddy. The game was good today. There was lots of talking and poking and sarcasm and snarkiness, and we got things accomplished, and we're closer to getting back my buddy Barrick. Because frankly, I don't like all these replacement people. They're just annoying.
I kind of prefer Elise, actually, but
secretly I do too. But that's only a very deep, dark secret that I haven't even admitted. And then check me out and check out Wiley Hobbit, who I believe is still in chat, and all my other crew on the Monday game from 6 to 9 p.m. on this same channel.
Whoop whoop, Finn.
Thanks for watching.
Mook.
Hey, it's been fun. This episode has been brought to you by the letter D for Dick.
Everyone was a dick. And last but not least, Portia.
What were you going to call me?
I don't know.
So yeah, Portia. I have introduced my new character, Etza, into the game. I'm happy with the attitude I randomly decided to develop. So I was like, I wanted to be snarky, but I don't know how. And then I had to deal with him first, and it was perfect. So yeah, it was a good game. It's a similar type of character, except where the knowledge is coming from is a very different place. So I do still have to kind of catch myself and be like, no, I don't just have information. I know people, and those people have the information. But that means that I have to do something else to get the information. So that's a different kind of game. So, woo!
Yeah. Sweet. And I'm Throck. Throck plays on the tweeters, and yeah, that's me. I run our game Friday night, Saturday now, and then Sundays at 1 p.m. our Blades in the Dark game, which is on the bubble for tomorrow because we just had someone drop. So I'll let you know if it's going to happen or not. But even if it doesn't, we have a whole weekend worth of content coming your way. Tomorrow we've got Tales from the Kingdom of Fife at 5 Eastern, and then at 8:30 Eastern we have The World Stirred, our Magic the Gathering themed D&D 5e game. So stick around. It's going to be a good weekend. We are going to go raid our good friends playing Shadowrun over at Hypothetical Heroes. All right, everybody, say bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was really in time, guys. Well done. Okay, we're out.